condensation hose and you install it on a friction fit on the cabin air outlet port. That's right by one of your diffusers. You're going to point that little condensation hose such that the air is flowing over the window pane. Let me know when you're ready for the stowage location.
At bot
Ready. Christina, the hose is in locker.
It has value. Yeah, I love that. I love the fact that it has that effect to it. Most definitely. I really can't wait to like really look at it.
This view coming from inside the Orion
because
as the crew members are swapping windows.
Oh, they're swapping windows. That's what you're seeing here. Check this out. Look, they're swapping windows.
Taking photos, making annotations, and making recordings that'll be downlinked later to the science team for review. The science team will have a conference tomorrow morning with the crew to get any fresh perspectives or things that they learned during the flyby.
Lance Billion said, "My bad, chat." Bot Rick said, "Hey, don't forget to follow on YouTube, thanks."
Oops, my bad.
Again, we are now in the third of 5 observation blocks for the crew
scheduled
for today. During this flyby, Orion is passing around between 4,000 and 6,000 miles from the moon and providing the crew with a full view of the lunar surface.
It's
a higher vantage point and much farther than Apollo's lunar orbits on average. So from this view, astronauts can observe both the North and South Pole and large-scale geologic features in one single view.
Well, look at that. I'm stupid as hell, yeah.
We are now just under an hour until Orion passes behind the moon, and we lose communication with the crew.
Yes,
and out
yes.
of reach with any of our deep space network antennas.
This is what we were talking about.
Will last about 40 minutes, and we expect to regain communications with them once they
40 minutes without, yeah.
Other side
okay, so we're getting closer to that 40-minute mark, like I was talking about.
They will also reach their max Earth altitude as well as their closest approach to the lunar surface.
Wow. This is
the view you
40
have
minutes.
right now is a live stream from a camera on Orion's solar arrays. You are looking at a live view of the moon, and 4 people are inside that spacecraft taking pictures of it, telling us everything that they are seeing. The first humans to do so in over 50 years.
Okay.
They'll be sending those pictures down for all of us to enjoy, and of course, especially the science team, who are very excited for what they are learning today.
Yes. These are exciting times, people. These are exciting times.
It appears the Artemis 2 spacecraft, Orion, is now under 5,000 miles away from the moon. Again, we expect their
under 5,000 miles away from the moon. Wow.
4,066 miles.
That's like from here. That's like from here to Alaska.
At this point, and we will make sure to share that
from where I'm at, if I'm thinking about it like that. That's how far they are from the moon. A continent away. Yeah.
The Houston integrity question, did you just want us to cool the window.
A country away, not a continent. I don't know what I'm talking about. Thank you for the likes, my man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Unknown. Thank you. Appreciate you. Holy crap.
Victor, we definitely want you to cool down the window with the condensation hose. It's crew preference whether you put the shroud back on. The hose will allow you to do that if it helps with your lunar flyby.
Okay, copy. We're going to do both at the same time. Thank you.
Copy. They're going to do it at the same time, y'all. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do, chat. That is what they're going to do. That is what they're going to do, chat. That is what they're going to do.
Houston, thank you for that suggestion. The cabin is darkened again, and that makes a big difference for the imagery. And for science, we are now seeing a half moon.
Ooh, half moon. They're looking at a half moon.
Thank you, Victor. We're happy to hear it. And we see half moon. Full moon joy still.
Half moon. That's a half moon, y'all. Check that out. Check that out, y'all. That's the half moon. Isn't that dope? Isn't that exciting? This experience, this stuff is dope. And thank you, everybody here who's hanging out just to be a part of it with me, man. It's really dope that you guys do that.
They're reporting from Orion that they are seeing half the moon, which is about what it looks like here from this view from the spacecraft.
Okay. Half of the moon.
However, what has become a little bit of a catchphrase for this mission, everyone is reporting full moon joy.
Full moon joy. Not half moon. Full moon joy. Makes you wonder, huh? Who's doing what up there? You know, there's a couple, I bet you there's some freaks up there. They doing shit, all kinds of crazy shit up there. But just, they don't show. Telling you. They fucking up there. They fucking in space. Oops, did I say that? They are doing things in space. I'm sorry. I don't know that. I'm just saying. It's entertainment.
We are keeping up with which targets the crew is tracking through their lunar targeting package. They are just wrapping up their second.
Science, integrity, another observation.
LOL.
Commented on, and Christine and I discussed a bit, is in Hertzsprung. The solid and intact crater is very smooth. If it were a dirt road, it's very hard packed, and then you go outside of it, and that outer crater, that's the one that is older. It is a little rougher.
Special delivery, yeah.
It starts to get into more loose-looking.
Okay, what happened to my TTS?
Blackwater Goat said they def floatin' through the tulips up there some body.
Yeah.
Bob
Yeah.
Official said, hey, don't forget to follow on YouTube, thanks.
And just a general comment on that area, Hertzsprung, that whole area, the average albedo there is darker. That is, I would say, 6. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, they are. Most definitely they are.
Around Oriental and between Oriental and Ohm, excluding the wedge, the darker wedge is more on the 6-7. And that they also seem to be different texturally. Christina described it earlier around Hertzsprung, and then from Hertzsprung toward toward Oriental, there appears to be a frozen, a rippling pond, but frozen, or like choppy waves when it's windy out, choppy water, and then it freezes instantly. That's the texture.
Blackwater Goat said, doing the big zero.
Yes. The big zero, indeed.
It's cool. It would be pokey, except for right.
Oh shit! Come on, TTS. Jeez. Wait, what? It's not working for you? I don't get it. It's working for. Wait, what? Come on.
Going from
God.
to lava reminds us of the Icelandic Highlands. Thanks for that.
Science, another in the interior of the very intact, the interior of the intact crater at Hertzsprung is albedo variation. I think
albedo.
Maybe say color variation.
Not for me, LOL. Oh man.
Lighter patches and slightly darker patches.
I don't understand what happened because I was talking to someone earlier through TikTok and the it was working just fine. Oh boy. I swear to God.
Victor, thanks. Not swirly, just patchy is really helpful for us.
I swear to God. Hold on. I may have to restart the stream for TikTok. That's what I think I might have to do. Give me 1 second. Let me start that back up. God dang it. Yeah. I think what happened was that there were some changes that I made and they caused it to do something. So just give me a second. Let me try to get this together here. Can't wait to see you react on the game. You'll probably think it's real good. That's why I want to get this. That's why I'm trying to get this documented. Try to get this documented to get a genuine reaction here.
Describing into my recordings and thinking about and looking at the Terminator. There's just so much magic in the Terminator. The islands of light, the valleys, what look like black holes. You'd fall straight to the center of the moon if you stepped in some of those. It's just so visually captivating that the Terminator is
yeah.
the most
Let me try this again.
that I've seen so far.
Because I'm a guys over on TikTok. Really I'm coming right back. Give me a second. I gotta restart it.
Along with visualizations that pale in comparison to your descriptions. Thanks. Integrity Science, one more question on a status of what the window team chose to observe for crew choice.
All right, back. We're back on TikTok. Let's see if we can get this damn thing working again. I'm gonna try.
Window 2 talked about Vavilov. Look for suspended dust and the Terminator. And window 3 about the experience and about the three-dimensionality of the moon this close.
Wonderful.
And another observation about Oriental, I would say, is the features going off to the southwest. The two large, almost look like scratches in the surface. I don't know if they're rays or canyons or collapsed lava tubes, but two distinct features that are almost parallel going off southwest from Oriental Basin. They are the
Lance Billion said test.
Parallax of our trajectory looking out at Oriental. That and in the inner walls of the east side of the crater rings, you really get a sense that we're flying over something.
Bot Rix Official said, "Hey, if you don't mind, give us a follow on TikTok. Thanks."
From this orientation.
Love to hear it, Victor, and you had it that those
Lance Billion said
actually,
test.
Crater rays, secondary craters formed from the formation of Oriental.
Bot Rix said, "Lance, come do the damn dishes, Mrs. Rosebillion."
Yeah, speaking of crater rays, the crater rays that are going off to the north,
At Lanceb 1898 said test.
That run off toward Hertzsprung and I believe toward Vavilov. I'm not looking at it
right now, but those I just did a test on everything. I don't know why it's not working on TikTok. It works.
Small and they look like, a big
it definitely works.
Rocks and things that made smaller impacts down the way.
Test me.
Something very interesting, and again, you can see this in imagery, but some of them are parallel, and then some of them converge toward the center of Oriental. And then I think I even saw some that maybe diverge, which not diverge, but that are convergent, which indicate multiple large impacts that created a lot of secondary.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Arrays.
Fantastic, Victor. And I'll note that we can.
B for 24. What's going on, my man? Firefighter, thank you for being here. What's going on? Hope everything is good.
Those beautiful crater rays from Oriental. Thanks for the description.
Yeah, you're welcome. And integrity is easily.
Blackwater Goat said Lance Billion said test.
That's right.
Bot Rix Official said welcome to my channel. If you have any question, please feel free and ask. Thanks for being here.
That's right. Thank you.
Blackwater Goat said ha.
You. Okay, I see stealth. Okay. Try it again.
Stealth _2000 said test.
See? Yep. It works for you over on here. I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but good thing you let me know, because I don't want to feel like a crazy person.
2000 said jeez.
I don't want to feel like a crazy person. Thank you.
Official said looking to try the game. Use this code STAR5VPXBKDH and get 5,000 hours. Tell Lance sent ya.
Know what he is seeing, and one of those things is strong basin. If you look just to the right of the Terminator, that is the difference between light and darkness on the moon. You can see what he's describing when he says Hertzsprung Basin and how it looks a little bit paved in the middle.
Stealth_2000 said LFG Lance G.
In this view, coming from the Orion spacecraft and a camera mounted on its solar array.
I'm everywhere. I'm trying to be everywhere, man. If I could get 2 more platforms, I'm good. Nah, I don't need all that money. But you get what I'm saying.
Stealth_2000 said you going to get so hyped up for this game.
Oh my gosh.
Flight of Artemis 2, and we are standing by for their lunar loss of signal in about 43 minutes. Again, the spacecraft will fly behind the moon, and during that time we won't have communication
Bot
with
Rix
them.
Official said, hey, if you don't mind, give us a follow on TikTok.
However, we
thanks.
will regain communication with them approximately 40
Alright, that's gonna get a new bit annoying
later, when they come around the other side of the moon. The crew aboard the spacecraft are currently discussing the Terminator, that difference between day and night.
The Terminator, the difference between day and night.
Interested in learning about the topography and the color of the lunar surface, and it's already been very interesting.
Yeah, they say that the shades of brown.
Colors like greens and browns while looking at the moon.
Yeah, the shades of brown.
Some of the questions that they are hoping the crew will discuss are how do the quantities and sizes of craters and mountains vary along the Terminator, and they are looking for the crew to describe the topography of features along or near the Terminator.
Yeah.
They're also looking for more information on any color or tone variations, and they're hoping that the crew will take images to illustrate their findings.
Yeah.
Glover reported earlier that the crew has missed none of their targets when they are photographing at the window.
Stealth_2000 said T800 lol.
We aren't hearing conversations.
Hey, that's how it starts, man. That's how it starts. The T800. Someone else was saying that too. Someone else was saying the same shit, exact shit the other day. I was like, yo, it's better. This is a come up compared to what it was, right? It's definitely a come up from what it was. It was. It is. It definitely it is, right? Oh, word? Jay, okay, Ja. Okay, you've been watching this too. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the likes, appreciate it. Yeah, man, this is a cool day in history and science. If you like science, this is what you makes.
Inside that spacecraft, 4 astronauts.
It makes you want to play Star Citizen.
Christina Cook and Jeremy Hansen.
Too much effort. Yeah. It's definitely, it gets your juices going.
2000 said I would not like the moon to come hit the Earth still NGL.
Nah. That would be bad thing. That'd be real bad. That happened.
One record today.
That'd be real bad.
Apollo 13
Bot Rix Official said, Lance come do the damn dishes, Mrs. Rosebillion.
Eastern. Canadian Space
Stealth
Agency
underscore 2000 said Big Boom.
He hopes it's a record.
No doubt, no doubt. Big Boom indeed. Have I played Starfield? Has more exploration than Star Citizen. I have not played Starfield. I've not played it. I've not played it. In fact, hold on. This is what we're going to do real quick. Give me a second. Now's the time, I think, is to get into what
Stealth underscore 2000 said you are about to play Entropia.
Yeah, we've gotten this thing about Entropia, so we got to check this out. My man Stealth went ahead and he knows what I like.
Official said, hey guys, I also stream on Twitch. Check me out.
Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas, monitoring.
He knows what I like, so he went out and he was looking out for your boy. So I'm just trying to bring this up real quick.
Integrity Houston, we are ready for our cabin and window teams to swap again. We have a 15-minute handover.
They do a lot of swapping.
Here, and I have a couple of items I want to read up to you. They'll require you to write something down on your knee boards.
Okay, we're going to pause this first, or not pause, we're going to turn on the mic on this for a second. Try to bring this up for everyone so you guys could be able to see and watch what's going on here. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to bring it up. Bear with me, chat. Bear with me. I'm trying here. I'm trying. All right? I'm trying. Let's see here. Come on. And
Stealth underscore 2000 said as. Stealth underscore 2000 said 1 second.
Wait, what? Oh, okay.
Bot Rix Official said, Lance come do the damn dishes, Mrs. Rosebillion.
RK, what up, man? I see you. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you. Thank you.
Stealth underscore 2000 said we have an ad.
Okay. All right, we're gonna slow down. Ad break ends in 30 seconds. So I'm trying to pull this up.
Stealth underscore 2000 said we back.
Welcome back to those who are returning from the ad break. Just bear with me 1 second here while I try to pull this up.
Bot Rix Official said welcome to my channel. If you have any question, please feel free and ask. Thanks for being here.
All right, so we got this trailer here. It's about 2 minutes long. I just want to check this out. I want to see what this is. This build your PED loot stock free. It's a free paid space mining. Wait, what? Hold the heck up. Hold up. All right, so we're gonna play this real quick. Do we have a trailer? Looking for a trailer for it. A beginner's guide. Let's see if there's a trailer for this. I want to see the trailer. Alright, hold on. I'm bringing this up. Bear with me. Yes, Arcane, doing very well, man. Thank you so much.
2000 said it will be on Steam.
It's going to be on Steam? Alright, bet. Cool, cool. Most definitely, Arcane, doing well, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by, man. Let's see here. This
Stealth underscore 2000 said it's already on Steam.
Oh, it is out on Steam.
Bob Ricks Official said, hey guys, we are also on Kick, checks us out.
Cool, cool. Alright, cool. So we're going to check this out real quick. Let me bring this up. Chat. Alright.
Stealth underscore 2000 said it's got videos on and pictures.
Alright, cool, cool. Alright. Let's see here. Hold up. Now we can take a look at what this is. Alright, here it is right now. This is the trailer to Entropia Universe, and this should be a genuine reaction to what I'm seeing here, alright? Working on like 1,000 likes. Thank you, Arcane, so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's see. Let's bring this back up. Back up. And we're going to check what this thing out is together. All right, here we go. Thanks, man. I see you. What up?
What's up, guys? I'm Salty Mike, and this is your Star Citizen.
Okay. That's, when was this made? When was this game made? I gotta figure out when this was made.
Stealth underscore 2000 said in like 2015 or something.
Okay. Alright, because,
Stealth underscore 2000 said, but it's very popular.
I believe that it is. Been ambassador for Entropia in France since 2008.
Official said, welcome to my channel. If you have any question, please feel free and ask. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate you guys for real. I can tell that it is an older game, but that doesn't mean that I'm discriminating. It's just once you played Star Citizen, it's like everything else is like, ugh. Especially when it comes to graphics, you definitely see a vast difference in that. I would actually, it's on Steam, you said? Let's take a look at our Steam account real quick. I'll give it a shot. Why not?
Stealth underscore 2000 said it's got really money economy.
Real money economy attached to it, right? Okay.
Stealth underscore 2000 said YH sir. Botrix Official said, hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button.
Entropia Universe
It's
is
free,
a real
thanks.
cash economy MMO, released in 2003 where the in-game currency has an exchange rate with the dollar, and every item has a real-world value. Explore a completely player-driven economy, hunt hostile creatures, mine for rare resources.
It was released on Steam just a year ago.
Shares, purchase estates, land areas, and giant spacefaring vessels.
Really?
Entropia is more than a game.
Really?
Download today for free.
Hold on. Let's take a look. Let's take a whole. Uh-oh. Let's take a whole. Hold up. Hold up. This is a year into Steam, and no one. Wait a minute. Okay. How's this a year into Steam and no one? This isn't bigger. Like it's gotten no publicity. It hasn't really been. I don't know. This don't look bad. This doesn't look bad, chat.
Entropia Universe is a real cash economy MMO, released in 2003 where the in-game currency has an exchange rate with the dollar, and every item has a real-world value.
Stealth_2000 said they have updated it.
Economy.
Okay.
Hunt hostile creatures, mine for rare resources, craft items in demand, invest in shares, purchase estates, land areas, and giant spacefaring vessels. Entropia is more than a game. Download today for free.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. Now, my only thing is that how is this going to perform? How's this going to perform? Is this a streamable?
Stealth_2000 said real money shit.
Real money shit. We like money. We like money around here. We like money around here.
Botrix Official said, hey, don't forget to follow on YouTube, thanks.
Okay, the third person view. Okay, I can get with this right here. Hanging out by the shore, by some water.
Stealth_2000 said it's not very high demanding.
It's not very high demanding? Okay. I just want to make sure if I'm going to invest in something like this, even though it's free, that I'm actually going to be able to play it and, you know, get, see what's going on with the community and stuff. This doesn't look half bad.
Universe is a real cash economy MMO.
Now,
released in 2003,
give me 1 second, y'all.
Currency has an exchange rate with the dollar, and
give me a second, y'all. Hold on here, because I want to know. I need to know something here real quick. Let's see. Is there a...
Stealth_2000 said you can get aircraft and it's about crazy with worlds in that PvP and PvE.
Really? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Botrix Official said, hey guys, I also stream on Twitch, check me out.
You know what? This may be the perfect segue between the two games. I see. Okay. Let's see here. Hold on. I'm doing research here. That's good. Okay, 61,000 followers. Oh, wow. Portuguese, English. this game. $79 viewers, 61,000. This is a really small pool. There's only 4 channels on here that's broadcasting this game like this. And 3 of them are English. You know what? You know what? You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. Because there's such a small pool and there is a need for streamers, I'll stream this. It's not a saturated game. I'll give it a shot. Why not? Let me go back to Steam and see if we can get this download.
Stealth_2000 said you can grow, trust me.
Explore a completely player-driven economy. Hunt hostile creatures.
Yeah, I could. Let's give this a shot. I'm gonna download this.
Stealth_2000 said, and the community is great.
And the community is great? Okay. You could grow, trust me, okay.
Botrix Official said, hey, if you don't mind, give us a follow on TikTok, thanks.
Now that I got this TTS thing going on, I definitely got to space out how things are presented in the chat. Because it seems like I'm low-key begging over here. Easter Mayhem 2026, recent event. Oh, this is for Eve. Okay. Play intro. Yeah. Mixed. Entropia, follow, on. Okay. Add to library. Let's go add this to our library.
Stealth_2000 said your PC should be able to run it fine.
Okay. I just want to be sure, are we currently downloading? Let's see here. Library. We added it to the library. Oh wow, we got holy shit. I have Delta Force and I don't even play it. I have Delta Force and I don't even play it. I haven't even played the damn thing. God, this is what I mean. I have too many fucking games. I have Eve Online. I don't even play. Homeworld. Terminator game I don't even play. I have Division. Division is a monster when it comes to storage. That's why I go back and forth between it. Like sometimes I want to play it, sometimes I don't, but it takes up so much space. In order for you to play something else.
Stealth_2000 said minimum is an i3 and recommended is an i5. Botrix Official said, hey guys, we are also on Kick, checks us out.
Alright, so guess what? I'm installing the game right now. Cool. We're going to give this a shot. I don't know when we're going to play it yet, but we're definitely going to give it a shot. I just want to do some stuff with it offline. I could see what's going on with this. This game definitely has some potential here. At least it does to me. Let's head back to...
Stealth_2000 said OFC, get used to it.
Get used to it? Oh, shit. Get used to it. Yeah, gotta do that. And I think this will be a good thing because we could go back and forth between those two things. Introduce people from things when Star Citizen goes a little crazy, and then we can go, yeah, I think this is a good transition. Or to stay in this is a good niche to be in. That's what I want to mean. That's what I say. That's what I want to say. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go back to the NASA thing.
Stealth_2000 said, or I will get in with you too as well when you ready to play.
Yo, Yes. Yes.
Bot Rix Official said, hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button. It's free, thanks.
Most definitely. All right. So we're going to get back to this NASA thing here. And I think in a little bit, we're actually going to might get into a little gameplay. Maybe not. I don't know. But let's get back into NASA. Seeing what's going on here. Exciting times. This is most definitely exciting times.
Stealth_2000 said, and it's not that it's free, everything better when it's free.
If you've been following along, at the start of the day,
course it is.
Have much more of the moon visible.
Of course it is.
And even just an hour or so ago,
chat, give me a second. My mic is going to be off for a minute. I am still here. Give me a few minutes. Be right back.
Darkness, where the moon is not reflecting light from the sun. Earlier, we were also able to see some of those darker portions, that old lava flow that we often see on the near side of the moon and that we can all see from Earth. That has mostly gone away. We are now just seeing very little of Oriental. That's down to the bottom right of the moon. You can see just a small dark portion near the limb. We are now about 18 minutes away from loss of signal with the Orion crew. Again, we use the Deep Space Network to communicate with the crew members when they are this far from Earth. This is the first mission since Apollo when we have had humans on the Deep Space Network. As you recently heard Capcom Jenny Gibbons call to the crew, we expect their closest approach to the
Stream
moon
Elements said tips are not required but greatly appreciated. All donations will be used to improve the channel.
At that time,
Bot Rix Official said, hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button. It's free, thanks.
Just over 2 minutes later, they will reach their maximum distance from Earth. At mission elapsed time, 5 minutes, 5 days, 27 minutes, and 39 seconds. The altitude
Stream Elements said, I want to thank you for being here. It means a lot.
Miles. These are our latest numbers, and we'll make sure to verify and confirm those once those milestones have been achieved. Obviously, we will be without communication to the spacecraft at that time. So once we regain communication, we will make sure to find out those numbers and report those to you.
At Lanceb 1898 said, still here, guys. At Bot Rix said, looking to try the game? Use this code STAR5VPXBKDH and get 5,000 outs. Tell Lance sent ya. Stealth_2000 said, are you in Discord chat, dude?
Checking in on the lunar targeting package, the crew is now in their discussion of the limb. See, the limb of the moon.
Bot Rix Official said, Lance, come do the damn dishes, Mrs. Rosebillion.
And making annotations are Victor Glover and Christina Cook. We are expecting loss of signal in about 13 minutes. We will regain that signal with the crew about 40 minutes later.
Stealth_2000 said, welcome.
Worth mentioning that this day marks
Bot
the
Rix
first time
Official said hello and thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, feel free just ask.
Lunar science will be conducted
Bot Rix Official said at Stealth_2000 just reached level 10.
Lady wear it with such pride.
Just about a minute and a half now until we lose communication with the astronauts aboard Orion on the Artemis 2 mission. Now 5 days and 6 minutes since their launch on April 1st. Again, we'll be out of communication for about 40 minutes. And this
okay, 40 minutes. Okay.
Moon and a crescent Earth.
Yo, May, what's happening to you? Yeah, we back. We do it. Yes. Yes, it's true. Yes, it is true. Okay, so there's no communication right now. 40 minutes. It's just blue. We are on the dark side of the moon. Is that the Earth in the back?
Now until we expect loss of signal.
Yo, that is the Earth in the back. Yo, look at that. Look at that, chat. I hope y'all seeing this. You see in the back? That's Earth. We're on the dark side. Hold up. So we're on the dark side of the moon. We're on that side looking at Earth. Yo, that's dope. No one's getting hyped up about it. Okay, maybe it's just me. Okay. That's all right. That's okay. That's all right, though. That's okay. That's all right, though. That's okay. Don't know what's going on with the tickety and the talkities. Don't know what's going on with that. The keys and the talkies. If that's Easter Sunday, please don't tell me this is Easter Sunday. They're gonna roll in a coffin and somebody's gonna pop that thing.
And we have confirmation of loss of signal of the Orion spacecraft as it flies behind the moon. We expect to regain communications with them in another approximately 40 minutes. This was expected as their spacecraft is now out of direct line of sight with Earth and behind the moon. And this is a poignant moment as it's the first time in over 50 years that we have humans completely unreachable by anyone else on Earth. No matter how distant or secluded, we could reach anyone living on Earth, but while the crew flies behind the moon, it's simply impossible to make contact with them. This is a live view inside the Science Evaluation Room here at Johnson Space Center and just down the hall from Mission Control. This team has been monitoring the flyby all day as the team has continued capturing targets on the lunar surface. We even got to see this team in action as they were helping the astronauts identify some of the features they were seeing on the moon but not expecting. There will be a couple of milestones during this loss of signal. The first will be when the astronauts make their closest approach of the moon at MET 5 days, 25 minutes, and 34 seconds, when we expect they'll be 4,067 statute miles above the lunar surface. Their maximum Earth altitude will be reached just 2 minutes later at 5 days, 27 minutes, and 39 seconds, when their altitude should be approximately 252,756 statute miles. Once those milestones are reached and we have confirmation, we will report the official numbers.
Yo, we see you. We see you. We see you. Let's try to get things back lined up here, man.
Throughout the Artemis II mission, astronaut voice, images, video, and vital mission data must traverse thousands of miles, carried on signals from NASA's
Hey, Donna C, what up, what up?
Systems,
Kane, what up, what up?
Network and the Deep Space Network. Let's learn a little bit more.
NASA's Artemis II will send 4 astronauts around the moon, preparing humanity for a long-term lunar presence and future journeys to Mars. Enabling communication and navigation for this test flight are NASA's Near Space Network and Deep Space Network. With antennas around the world and a fleet of relay satellites, the networks will deliver vital data to and from Earth through all phases of the mission. The networks are seamlessly integrated at NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, where Mission Control coordinates the network handovers. These transfers represent a delicate dance between the two networks, exchanging support as the mission shoots toward the moon.
Kaneko Khalif said yo yo.
Early orbit phases,
Going on, brother? What's going on?
And Space Launch System rocket will rely on communications and tracking services.
There we go. We back. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this is cutting out the way it is, in and out. But what's going on, brother? How's everything? We home. I see you home.
As the mission journeys
I meant to ask you.
away from Earth, signal strength
Kaneko Khalif said in the lab.
Back in the lab. Copy that. Copy that.
The astronauts will have a near constant connection to Earth, ensuring their safety on a journey.
How many members do we have in the org?
We say
in your org. Okay, it's me, you.
Behind the moon, a planned loss in communications will occur.
Who else is in the org? We gotta have. I think we should have like structure, like meetings and shit. What's going on in the game? Who wants to do what? Build it up, shit like that.
Using laser links, NASA will periodically transmit Orion data to showcase the benefits laser communications could have for future human spaceflight missions. The data from Orion, sent by radio signals or laser links, is massive. The mission is gathering images, data, and video, while also generating details about mission health and crew
Kaneko Khalif said, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, we gotta do that, man. We gotta do that.
Kaneko Khalif said, I've been trying to recruit people.
Okay, okay.
Improve with each moon mission. With the Artemis II test
I'm gonna try to get people. I'm gonna try with your consent, of course. This is your org. Try to bring people in too. I think I have a few people who would do it for me. There's a couple of people I know who will be able to help us out.
Kaneko Khalif said, okay, you gonna be the co-founder, the lieutenant captain, one of them.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, okay. It is 6:49.
Kaneko Khalif said we can start this weekend, this Friday.
Yeah. Like, get like an org day going on, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody in the org gets together, like plan stuff out for the next week, next patch, what events are going on, you know, because I feel like, you know, with an org, you gotta have.
Kaneko Khalif said, and take it from there.
Yeah.
The astronauts aboard Orion, and in the meantime, I've got Dr. Kelsey Young, Artemis Science Flight Operations Lead, here with us. Thanks for joining me, Kelsey.
Thanks for having me. This is such an exciting day.
Oh, no kidding. It has been so cool to hear you communicating
Kaneko Khalif said we can meet on somebody's ship, like your ship, my ship, or some land.
Somewhere like that. And get everybody on a Discord call, you know what I'm saying? Communicating, you know, stuff like that.
My background is as a field geologist. Actually, I studied impact cratering in the field for my PhD, so all these descriptions of impact craters have me just absolutely swooning. How I got into this, though, is, you know, during my PhD, I got an internship at NASA and ultimately never left to integrate science into flight operations. So
Kaneko Khalif said, or we could just go to one of those re-scripted areas and meet at the round table.
Room that's right upstairs.
There you go. Either or. Bounce a few ideas off and everything, yeah.
I would would have to imagine so. And we've got a great view of the science evaluation room right now.
Okay.
Is there anything that has stood out to your team so far?
Okay.
Absolutely. So
Kane
as you might
Kokalev
have
said
heard in some of the
restricted
press
area.
briefings and content
Yeah.
that we've been putting out, color and albedo were really exciting targets for us. We've heard several amazing color
Kane Kokalev
descriptions so
said they got
far.
some nice
Just
meeting
to highlight
rooms.
maybe one of them,
I noticed
we
I've
heard
been
about
looting
greenish
them.
and brownish
Lol.
hues near air
Okay.
starface, which is actually a feature that we can see here from the near side. And those greenish hues could actually tell us something about the volcanic evolution of that area. So you can bet that the science team is going to be prioritizing downlinking those images and the crew audio.
We got a sister in here.
That went into those recordings.
We got a sister right here. We got a sister in the building.
I was hearing those colors and very interested just from a personal standpoint, because looking at the moon from 250,000
Kane
miles away, we
Kokalev
don't see
said,
green
"Did
or
you
brown.
like the
So
voice
just hearing
mod?"
that
The
there's
voice
so
mod
close
is
and getting to see that. Fascinating, and I know very exciting for you.
it's cool.
So what
It's
do
a
you expect
basic.
to see
It's
in the
basic.
upcoming portion of the flyby?
Right now, I don't want to get into any subscriptions or anything like that.
So
But
right
it's
now,
cool.
as
It's
we
cool.
speak, while folks in the room are kind of taking their, their stretch breaks and everything, the crew are still hard at work. They still have targets to image and describe.
Thank you for that,
during
man. I
this
appreciate it. Thank you.
LOS. But when we come out, the first thing, of course, we're going to hear
Kane
about is
Kokalev
Earthrise.
said, "If
We're
you get
really
the
looking
whole
forward to
patch,
hearing
I'm gonna
about the
show
crew's
you."
experience
All
with
right,
something
bet,
that we can
bet,
connect with, and that
bet.
Apollo 8 brought us such amazing images from. But then we start to get into describing the Terminator, as well as looking for things like lofted dust, which tell us about the modern lunar environment. Then the vehicle's going to orient away from the moon for an hour and then pivot back for the eclipse observations, which is a whole different set of science observations that we're really looking forward to.
It's kind of nice that the crew will get a little break in there, because they have been hitting it hard today with photos and videos and annotations. What are you hoping that the crew sees coming up? Is it that lunar dust?
Oh my goodness, that's a hard question to answer. I mean, we've already gotten such great descriptions. I mean, the Terminator seems to just be like one of their favorite things to look at and describe.
The Terminator,
so I feel
yeah.
like, that was something we were looking forward to. I feel like we've really gotten some great descriptions. So absolutely, I'm looking to the human moment of Earthrise. Lofted dust is an exciting one, and lofted dust will be a target for them in the right around the time of Earthrise, but again in the eclipse period. So I'm really looking forward to seeing. I mean, they've already highlighted just in the course of their flyby so far how the moon has changed, and this is going to be even more dramatic change to go from their end of this kind of lunar illuminated piece of the flyby into the eclipse time frame. And I can tell you they're going to be experiencing a very different moon during that time, and I can't wait to hear what their observations are.
Yeah, that's absolutely fascinating, and what an privilege that we get to do that on this mission, because that's not always the case. If we had launched on a different day other than April 1st or 2nd, we wouldn't have gotten to see that eclipse. Is that right?
That's correct. April 1st and 2nd. I will say, I was asked a lot in the weeks leading up to the launch, well, what's your favorite day? And my answer truly was, there is no bad day to launch to the moon. We were going to get great science out of it no matter what, but it's a really neat opportunity to, bring the sun into the picture, bring different planetary bodies into the picture while still literally keeping the moon in center stage.
Fascinating. So what differences are we looking for at each site? We're hearing a lot of different terms. We're looking at craters, we're looking at mare. What are the differences that you're hoping to see?
We do have, as you highlight, kind of different prompts for each target. That's what they're looking at in their lunar targeting plan, which I know you've been showing. And we have even different prompts for the person with the, the really long lens on the camera versus the people with the unaided eye. And you've heard the crew talk about, oh my goodness, when I go from one to the other, I can really detect different nuances. And that's something that we experienced in simulations, but hearing them actually, see it for real has been really gratifying. But we're looking for different things based on the target. Sometimes we're looking for color, sometimes we're looking for texture. For the Terminator, we're looking at kind of what texture and morphologies pop out to you and what kind of diversity you see along the Terminator. You've heard, Victor especially make some comments about future impacts for exploration. So already I think that their descriptions in this first part of the flyby have told us something scientifically, but also
Kane, holy shit.
Well, it was so interesting to hear Victor talking about he was imagining in his mind's eye being down on the surface and walking around.
Holy shit.
To hear. And when we're thinking about targets, I know
look at that. You gotta fuck. Holy shit. Look at all that shit.
Illumination. So the ones that we're looking at today, how and why were these selected?
Such a wonderful question. This really gets at like at the heart of some of our really highest priority science questions. Illumination conditions is a big one, right? So of course we need the targets that we're
sounds,
lunar to be illuminated by the sun in order to view them. But the timing in which they see them during the flyby enables us to ask different questions. So you heard in the pre-flyby crew conference talking about, well, the same pair, Reed and Jeremy, will get to actually look at
Khalif said, check you messages.
And that
yeah, I'm looking at them now.
Angles
looking at them now
to understand that feature better and connect color and albedo with topography and morphology.
All those sounds.
Then you have other craters where you want to look at it with the sun shining on it obliquely versus straight on, and that tells you something different about the scientific objective that drove the target being on the targeting plan in the first place.
We've talked a little bit with the viewers today about what the crew is able to capture in this short time frame of those craters in different lighting conditions. Could take years for something robotic to be able to do based on attitude maneuvers and where the sun is at. So can you just talk a little bit about the
said, yeah, every sound that was ever a meme.
And having the crew.
Absolutely. We definitely don't want to minimize the impact of orbiting spacecraft.
That is a lot.
The one that's often referenced, data from LRO and its payloads have really been instrumental in getting us, frankly, to this point for Artemis II and future missions. But the human experience, the crew observations that we've already been hearing about, it is such a perfect complement to the orbiting spacecraft data because they are able to have this unique perspective. They are far enough away where they can make these contextual observations. You've already heard it. How many times have we heard the crew and their science sit reps say, if I track this feature from all the way up here in the northern hemisphere down to the southern hemisphere, here are comparisons I can make. That right there is not something we had the ability to do with the Apollo missions, and it allows just literally in the blink of an eye to synthesize observations that it would take, a really significant effort to coordinate with different orbiting platforms, and they're making it like that.
Wow. It has been very, very exciting to hear all of their calls so far. And so I've heard they were able to capture every single target so far too. Is that correct?
I think that's correct. And I think it's important also to remember that, and I know the science team is anxiously awaiting this, we've been hearing from the crew members who are not at the forward windows, right? Those crew who are, really in the thick of the observations, they are recording minutes-long observations per target on their crew tablets. We will be getting those down starting here in a couple hours, and that's going to contain really meaty science information that we haven't heard live yet, and that's going to form the basis of my conversation with them tomorrow morning, where we're going to have a really deep dive into the science and absolutely nerd out about what they were able to do today. One of the most gratifying things for me today is hearing multiple crew members say, thank you for putting the discussion times in the targeting plan, because when we have had the ability to put multiple brains on a problem, we have elevated each other. And I'm looking forward to them, sleeping on it overnight and then us actually being able to really, truly have an elevated science discourse tomorrow.
Well, we're looking forward to it too, and I cannot wait to hear everything that you guys get to learn overnight from some of those audio recordings and just everything that they'll be able to share tomorrow. So, Kelsey, I know you are very busy. You've done a great job today, and thank you so much for joining us for this interview.
Thanks for having me. It's such an exciting day.
We are now expecting acquisition of signal in about 24 minutes. As a reminder, the Orion spacecraft has flown around the other side of the moon, where they are out of contact with our deep space network.
Question is, what's happening on the space shuttle right now during this time? Are they seeing shit that's going to be later known as classified? You cannot talk about this. You cannot talk about any images that you've seen on the dark side of the moon. I know, conspiracy talk, but, Is she recording? What is she recording? Unknown, welcome back. I see you. TTS should be restored over on TikTok.
And we just heard confirmation here in Mission Control Houston that we have reached the closest point of our destination to the moon at MET 5 days,
Unknown
25
PC
minutes
said
and
you.
34 seconds.
There you go. We're back.
The spacecraft's altitude is approximately 4,067 statute miles above the moon.
Still downloading. We're still installing. It's gonna take longer because I'm online. Plus, we got Star Citizen playing in the background with the music.
Continuing to track what the
Unknown
crew is
PC
doing
said, "What's happening,
the other
dude?"
side of the moon. They are continuing to take pictures of the Earth.
Okay, so that's where they currently are.
The Earth now out of sight. What they're in right now is a crew choice event. The science team has encouraged them to find interesting features on the surface, to take photos of those, and describe why they were interesting. Something else that they'll be looking toward next, just momentarily, will be impact flashes. They've got a few minutes allotted to look at the darkest portions of the moon.
Darkest portions.
Short-lived flashes on the lunar surface because these would be caused by impact bombardment.
So about a third.
After their impact flash targeting,
going into a third into the gray area, dark area.
Lunar dust. This would only be visible just before Earthrise. Now 20 minutes until we expect to regain communications with integrity and the astronauts for Artemis 2.
God, these are exciting times. Guys, does it show that I'm streaming Star Citizen Unknown? Because I'm trying to check it and I'm not seeing that I'm in the category.
Blackwater Goat says SC for me.
Says SC for you?
PC
Cool.
said YH I think.
Okay.
Bob Rix Official said, "Hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button. It's free, thanks." Unknown PC said, "Let me check."
Okay, Blackwater, thank you so much.
Said, "Let me check."
This is Luca
for hanging out. Appreciate you, man.
Control area. And it's joined by LISA, the Lander Engineering Support Area, which are twin control rooms that will support missions and operations in lunar orbit or on the moon's surface in real time at NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama.
Huntsville?
Luca and Lisa are right next to each other and just a short walk away from the SLS Engineering Support Center, which is used during launch, and the POIC, where science on the International Space Station is monitored. Luca primarily supports
Unknown PC said it doesn't say anything for me.
Really? Damn.
On the moon. During this mission, Artemis 2, teams in the Luca use the facility to support first-of-its-kind science operations to better understand the deep space effects of microgravity and radiation on the crew's physiology, immune systems, and ability to complete various tasks. The data from these science operations will inform future crew.
You gotta get in Star Citizen, my boy. You gotta get in Star Citizen. The community is here.
For future crewed missions to the moon, members
you
of
gotta
the
get
NASA
into this.
Human Landing System Mission Insights Support Team, a group of engineers, safety leads, flight operations experts, and technical authorities will work in the LISA. There, they will monitor lander systems in real time and be involved in key decision-making
Holy shit.
throughout the mission. Teams are using the LISA during Artemis 2 to observe mission operations and using the opportunity to inform and prepare for future crewed landings to the moon
Every
surface.
sound shit came. Ah, there. Woo!
Kane Kokaleev said, "Yeah."
I see. Shit, I'm looking through right now. Like, he's still going through sounds. Okay, there we go. Shit.
Kane Kokaleves said it's worth it and you can make your own soundboard.
Yeah. Yeah. I am getting ready to I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on a new PC.
The astronauts aboard Orion in about 17 minutes. In the meantime, a little overview of how our crew members flying by the lunar far side at an altitude of between 4,000 and 9,000 miles are testing the capabilities of the Orion capsule. Artemis II visualization lead Ernie Wright has simulated views of the flyby using detailed topographic maps of the lunar terrain and photorealistic lighting scenarios. The Artemis II crew members have been using these visualizations to prepare for this historic mission, which is paving the way for future exploration of the moon's surface and beyond.
So the most exciting thing to me about Artemis II is just the return to the moon. We haven't been there in 50 years. Human eyes are going to see parts of the moon that haven't been seen by anyone before. It also recommits us to exploring the solar system in a way that we haven't in a
Unknown
long time.
PC said, what do you think of The Simpsons? And they predicted everything so far.
The excitement of doing that kind of exploration.
Was to find out that the reason why the Simpsons are so well with the predictions thing is that the executive producers on that show knew what the events were. This was planned out. These events were planned out way back in the late 80s, 90s.
Testing all of the technology.
That's what they're saying. It's crazy.
Flying to the moon since
these are planned events.
A lot of systems have been modernized, and we need to make sure that all of those work. The astronauts will be looking out the window at parts of the moon that have never been seen by human eyes before. They will be flying by the moon at an altitude that's much higher than Apollo's orbit.
Kane Kokaleves said, yeah, they was all planned out.
Yeah, all that shit was definitely planned out. That's how come they have the scoop on everything.
All of that depends on the
which makes sense.
We really won't know until launch day.
Unknown PC said, how make no sense.
It's hard for people to
how? Because
Unknown PC said it's crazy.
It is crazy, but this whole situation, this whole scenario on why they doing the shit that they're doing is fucking crazy to begin with.
At these visualizations through the lens of the camera and practicing aiming at
it's just nuts to begin with.
This is a map of the surface of the moon, obviously, but it shows what the Apollo astronauts could see in sunlight.
Unknown PC said it's all money.
Oh, of course it is. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Money and control. And forcing people how to control people is dividing people. You divide them and then you cause fear, and that's what they're doing here. They've been doing it for decades, doing it for centuries, but finally people were exposed to that. Not only exposed, but that stuff was brought to the light, to the forefront.
And this whole area over here was not in sunlight at the time. And it includes this amazing impact feature here.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Oriental is a very large.
Oh, wow, look at that.
It's about
do you see that, y'all?
Kilometers wide. It's got multiple rings. These are rings that form like ripples in a pond from the impact.
Yeah.
But of course, it's on a huge scale. The middle of Oriental has that sort of dark basalt lava covering it, like the.
Oh, look at that! Now these are animations. This is not actual footage.
On the far side than near. So seeing it with human eyes and sort of picking out features that maybe you don't even see in robotic cameras is an important goal.
Where are those dark spots?
Unknown PC said, welcome to Lance Space Class.
Yes. This is science with your boy Lance. I love science. I swear to God, I do.
This live view in the Science Evaluation Room, or the SIR, here at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, just down the hall from where we're at in the Artemis Mission Control Room. Teams continuing to monitor the flyby.
And it feels good knowing that I'm not the only one who feels this way. I feel validated. I feel like I'm not crazy. I'm not the only weird one here.
The crew continues their observations of the moon, even though they are out of touch with Earth. We expect to hear from them in 12 minutes and 26 seconds.
All right, 12 minutes.
40 minutes loss of signal while they are out of reach.
Unknown PC said I enjoy it.
Right
I enjoy it too, man. I'm glad there's a lot of people who enjoyed it, or so I'm glad that I'm gravitating towards people who like the same things. What is going on with this live? Why is this happening? Stop it.
Human history.
Why is this happening?
I remember being a little kid lying in bed at night and just looking out at the moon and whatever phase it was in, and I was thinking, man, my friends that live like 20 miles away, they can probably look out and see that same exact moon. And then when I was in the Navy and I would look out at the moon.
I don't know why this is happening.
I would think, man, my brother can see that moon where he is, and he's halfway around the planet from where I am. And it's a connection of life on Earth. We can all look up and see that moon.
It represents history. It is a witness plate. Everything that's ever happened to the moon is still written on the moon. There's no processes of wind or change in the Earth, geologic processes like we have here that change it. And something that's been telling and can read out the story of its own evolution. There's something beautiful about that.
I've also learned from my indigenous mentors that they refer to the moon as grandmother moon. So you've probably heard of Mother Earth. They use grandmother moon because grandmother moon is responsible for the water in their community. The grandmothers, sort of protect the water source, just like the moon moves the water around the planet, affects the tides. It's something that represents something different for each individual culture.
Something different.
And that's really neat because we all share that same moon in the night sky.
That's dope. That's dope.
The same side of the moon in different lighting conditions our whole lives.
Oh, we got a brother up there, Victor.
But it's also kind of unknown. When we get up close, some of the imagery that we'll get to describe and to share with people will be very unique. And that nature, both of those things being true about this one entity that we all know, just is really special.
It's just the epitome of a symbol of both something that's in each of our hearts, but that's also represents exploration and reaching.
Yeah, that's dope. That's so fucking dope.
Stealth_2000 said I find it hard to believe we are the only one in the universe. Definitely think there is other form of life NGL.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's some form of life out there. We are not the only ones out there. Not me. And the scariest thing is, whatever's out there, we may be the low guy in the totem pole. You know?
We use the Deep Space Network.
Like there could be a superior race of beings out there.
They are out of reach of that
vastly superior.
And when you consider our nonstop communications during the time in which we live, this is even more striking. For the Artemis II crew, they're only currently communicating with each other. Now we expect to regain those communications in under 9 minutes
Stealth_2000 said we would be fucked. But Rix Official said looking to try the game, use this code STAR5VPXBKDH and get 5,000 outs. Tell Lance sent ya.
Be fucked? Yeah, if they were hostile, definitely. Because their technology would just be so far ahead of us. Eons ahead of us. To them, we would be looking at us like we do cavemen and fires. Well, and the discovery of that. Human beings I believe, are babies in the whole universe, infants in the whole universe of things.
Stealth_2000 said it's that space is so vast it's just not possible to travel in our lifetime.
No way. No way. It'll take several generations' lifetimes to get anywhere. Getting out of the Milky Way is our system that we live in the Milky Way. That will take a few generation lifetimes to even get out of there. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Now about 7 minutes, 25 seconds until we anticipate.
We won't be able to see that in our lifetimes.
Crew aboard Orion. In the meantime, Artemis 2 lunar science deputy lead Marie
We
Henderson
won't.
is training
Or maybe our kids.
I cannot wait to hear
kids could possibly see that.
To the far side of the moon, and I can hear them talk about seeing
possibly
the moon out their window. I try to imagine it now, and it just like tear up thinking about it. Ooh, now I gotta hold on a second. We have human eyeballs connected to wonderfully smart brains our astronaut friends have. They are going to be able to observe the moon in multiple different ways. They can use their eyes, they'll look through their camera and snap pictures, and just looking out the window getting that human experience. But during Apollo, the astronauts were so much closer to the lunar surface. Our astronauts are going to be doing a flyby at a higher altitude, so they're going to be able to see the whole moon as a lunar disk on the lunar far side. That's a brand new, unique perspective that humans haven't been able to look at before. We are doing a lot of lunar geography training with them. They have study sessions and quizzes they can do that are assigned to them. You know, even if you're an astronaut, you still get homework. We actually get in the mock-up. In that enclosed physical space, we have to think through the hardware that they have, the cameras, the computers, their microphones to make these observations. There's 4 windows up front. Through one of those windows, one of our astronauts will be using a Nikon D5 camera with an 80 to 400 millimeter lens. So something that allows them to zoom in really far and actually take more detailed observations of the surface. It's almost like looking through a pair of binoculars.
Yeah.
It's just like being a geologist out in the field. They're telling us what they're seeing, looking for colors, textures, different morphologies, and comparing the region that we're having them look at to the regions that are around them. We have a science team that is planning the targets that are going to be observed, putting them all on the timeline of how they're going to be observed, and then taking the first look at the data when it comes down. The Apollo astronauts were only on the moon for 300 hours total, and they only went to the equator. That's like going to places that were safer landing sites, and they only saw so little, 300 hours total. And so we have so much more to explore and so much more to learn, and we are the beginning of the next generation that gets to start being a part of these discoveries.
We are now 4 minutes and 28 seconds until we expect to regain communications with the astronauts flying aboard Orion on the Artemis 2 mission. They are now flying behind the moon. While behind the moon at an MET, or mission elapsed time, of 5 days, 25 minutes,
Stealth_2000 said, I mean, we can only just go speed of sound.
Yeah, speed of sound, that's it. Not even the speed of light. And even with the speed of light, it would still take us so fucking long to get to anywhere.
Bot Rix Official said, hey, don't forget to follow on YouTube, thanks. Stealth_2000 said, our body is not made not to go speed of light.
Yeah, that's a lot of stress on the body, man. That's tremendous. That's... Ooh, you could probably be pulled apart at the molecular level. Stuff like that, man. That's crazy. It's crazy. At speed like that, wow, just amazing. It's just amazing. Ooh, wifey bit home in a little bit.
Stealth_2000 said it's 180.000 miles per second.
Holy shit, 180,000 miles per second.
We're live in the Artemis Mission Control Room in Houston.
God damn.
Kane Kokalif said, I sent you some videos of the voices.
Alright.
Rix Official said, Lance, come do the damn dishes. Mrs. Rosebillion. Stealth_2000 said that's light speed.
Geology, impact cratering,
yeah.
volcanism, polar science, imaging, and visualization. You can see the SIR here. That's the Science Evaluation Room. It's embedded within Mission Control to provide science input during live operations like what we see today. But additionally, the Science Mission Operations Room is a back room that processes data, evaluates imagery, and supports rapid analysis.
Yeah, I see a little thing right there.
We also have our science officer, Kelsey Young, here on console today. She's serving as the primary interface between the science team and the flight controllers, ensuring science priorities are represented during mission execution.
Okay, I think what we're going to do is that once contact is reestablished with the craft, we're going to wait a little bit, and then we're going to get in some gameplay around 8 o'clock. Around the 8 o'clock hour.
Coming up on 1 minute and 36 seconds until we contact Orion.
1:36 until the contact again. Will there be an applause, chat?
Meanwhile, aboard the spacecraft, the crew has continued executing their lunar flyby tasks. As we discussed earlier today, these activities
Stealth _ 2000 said it's crazy 2 minutes in light speed 4 million wold have passed on the Earth, that's why it's not possible.
Yikes. That's crazy.
Pilot Victor Glover and mission
That's crazy.
Christina Cook are observing the moon at windows 2 and 3.
Bot Rick said, hey guys, I also stream on Twitch, check me out.
With a blue shroud over the window, taking photos and using an 80 to 400 millimeter zoom lens, while the other astronaut is in window 3 using their portable computing device, also known as a PCD, to make annotations. And both of those crew members are making audio recordings of what they are seeing. They are wearing headsets connected to their PCDs, and those audio recordings are being sent to the science team tonight. We are not hearing those live. However, we have been hearing quite a lot of great descriptions from the crew who have been serving as the support. Right now, the support team members are Reed Wiseman and Jeremy Hansen. Those team members are providing science sit reps, situation reports, calling down a few times each hour to discuss what they're observing. And even though we're out of contact with them right now,
Stealth _ 2000 said, so the closer you travel to speed of light, the slower you get and time stops.
Yeah, that's crazy that you think about that. It happens like that.
Include how the crew is positioned.
That is kind of crazy.
Or anything unexpected they saw. They're also including lunar target descriptions, any hardware issues, and their emotions and reactions. Again, we are standing by to acquire signal from the Orion spacecraft.
Nice, Jay. Nice. Oh, getting signal back. Hold on.
Stealth _ 2000 said it's crazy how time and space is fucked hell.
Yeah.
Bot Rix Official said, Lance come do the damn dishes, Mrs. Rosebillion.
You're not even here and you're haunting me, lady. Not haunting. You're telling me what. No, stop. We got signal back? Still waiting on signal, guys. We're still waiting on signal.
Mission control room at Johnson Space Center, getting our preliminary contact with Orion. That acquisition of signal coming after a 40-minute loss of signal, during which the crew was flying behind the moon, out of contact with anyone on Earth.
Hey, what are we looking at here? Are they bugging out on the spacecraft? Are they bugging out? What's happening? This is a little tense right here.
Stream Elements said, I want to thank you for being here. It means a lot.
First views from Orion after the loss of signal. Orion has come back around the other side of the moon, and that little crescent that you see is Earth, over 252,000 miles away.
Wow. Oh. Seeing a crescent, that crescent
with this transit complete,
is us.
The flyby continues, but Orion has also technically begun its journey home.
All right, so it looks like it's headed technically back to Earth.
Right now, the crew are getting a few moments to enjoy and take photos of Earthrise for themselves, and we expect to contact them shortly. But we do have good signal coming from Orion.
Okay, good signal. Good signal. That's a good thing. Good thing. Good thing. That's a good thing. That is a good thing right there, Chad. That is a good thing. Most definitely, that's a good thing.
Kane Kokalev said, I think I can see the front yard.
All 4 astronauts now back on the other side of the moon and in contact with us on Earth.
That'd be something, right?
For lunar flyby did not stop as they went behind the moon and out of contact with us. We anticipate during that time they were attempting to image some impact flashes, short-lived flashes on the lunar surface, which would be caused by impact bombardment and potentially even lofted lunar dust. Right now, of course,
Stealth_2000 said, so Mu is like 5 days away from Earth.
After this target, they will get a
Bot
short
Rix
observation
Official
break.
said, hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button. It's free, thanks. Kane Kokalev said, like there I go from space, y'all. MRS Rosebillion said, I am done at Heaven's Walking Honey, then I will call. Remember, you can look on Verizon.
Thank you, Miss Rose, for letting me know that. Hope everything is going good with you today. Hope work was good with you.
We hear you can look up and see the moon right now. We see you too. When we burned this burn towards the moon, I said that we do not leave Earth, but we choose it. And that is true. We will explore, we will build ships, we will visit again. We will construct science outposts, we will drive rovers, we will do radio astronomy, we will found companies, we will bolster industry, we will inspire. But ultimately, we will always choose Earth, we will always choose each other.
Integrity from Earth, our single system, fragile and interconnected, we copy. Those of us that can are looking back.
Okay. So communication, they got communication. We heard them. Oh, look at that.
We are happy to say we copy.
They copy, chat. They copy. Ah, that's great. That is great. That is great news. That's great news. Great news. Fucking dope. That's dope, man. That's fucking dope.
Kane Kokalev said, if they stop all the heat and everybody work together, we probably could be out there on the moon.
I believe that.
With the astronauts aboard Orion. Christina Cook calling back.
That is possible.
Stealth_2000 said, NGLI want to play Star Wars lol rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Kane Kokalev said, all the hate.
Yeah.
Bob Rix Official said, hey guys, I also stream on Twitch, check me out.
looking down at the Pacific.
Entering an observation break. We expect this to last about an hour, and it's probably a welcomed break following their very, very busy day taking pictures, making annotations,
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
making audio recordings, and communicating all of the wonderful things that they are seeing on the moon. This observation break is also partially
Stealth_2000 said, I wonder how much they would get for the day in space.
Solar eclipse that humans have seen from the moon. The astronauts will need to wear eclipse glasses.
That's a good question. How much money do these motherfuckers make per day in space?
And then they have a
do they get hazard pay?
That the science team is hoping that they will photograph. We will have communication.
That's a good question. Do they get hazard pay? This is their job. How much are they being paid for this?
Because of that eclipse, Orion's attitude must be changed right now so that its solar arrays are in the sun. This will help it charge the batteries needed to power it through that eclipse time frame. This view on your screen is a visualization. The spacecraft now 4,224 miles away from the moon, and that number will now continue to grow, while the number of distance from Earth, 252,699 miles, will continue to shrink all the way until our crew is
Kane Kokaleves said the crazy thing is when astronauts come back you hear nothing from them no more.
I know, right? Like there was this guy was trying to expose the moon landing on, I think back in the 80s, 90s, something like that. And he ran into Neil Armstrong, and the guy offered, can you swear to God, put your hand on the Bible that you guys landed on the moon? Neil Armstrong denied. He did not say a word. He would not do it. It was crazy. Supposedly the astronauts on the Challenger back in 86 that blew up, one of the female astronauts that was supposedly on that ship was found years later, and they were onto her, and she kind of freaked out a little bit. I'll show you these videos.
Since the launch of Artemis II. We have reestablished communications with the crew and the Orion spacecraft, now entering a little bit of a break.
Kane Kokaleves said most of them still living with the same names.
Oh yeah.
The spacecraft will be reoriented to view the moon ahead of an upcoming eclipse.
Oh yeah, most definitely still, yeah. They definitely are.
Helps charge the solar arrays and batteries aboard Orion that will power them through the eclipse.
They use solar technology to
Kane
power up
said,
shit.
Trust me, I've been researching all this stuff since that early 90s.
Yeah, man, this whole thing, it's crazy.
Kane Kokaleves said since dial-up.
Oh my God, dial-up. Oh my God, you done said something right there. Chat, give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
Stealth_2000 said, explain to me how we can't see a car like 30 feet away, but we can see the moon 250,000 miles away with no problem. Bot Rix Official said, hey, if you don't mind, give us a follow on TikTok, thanks.
Integrity Houston, in mission control, all of your flight controllers and your flight director have flipped their Artemis II patches around. We are earthbound and ready to bring you home.
That's great. Great to see the light of day as we head back to see.
Ah, shit, we're back. Where I miss? Where I miss? Where I miss? Where I miss, chat? Where I miss? Where I miss? Really, I'm over here tweaking? My camera's tweaking, chat. Fix this, hold up. We gotta fix the tweaking camera. Hold on. We're tweaking over here. Yeah, we're tweaking, hold on. We're tweaking.
Stealth_2000 said, what about that Lance?
Isn't that crazy? That's not coincidence either. Makes you wonder. Makes you really wonder. Why am I tweaking?
Moment just now in mission control, ahead of the crew's flight to Kennedy Space Center, and during one of their last sims or simulations here, they visited the mission control team in Artemis Mission Control in Houston and brought us each a patch. Everyone in the flight control room has had these.
Kaneko Khalif said, I have so many theories about space and everything.
Yeah, man. There's so much shit out there. There is so much shit out there.
We've passed behind the moon and we are returning home. The flight control team has instructed everyone in the room to switch their patch around so that the Earth is closer and the moon is behind us. We are really looking forward to seeing the Artemis 2 crew. And the Capcom, Jenny Gibbons, did call that update up to the crew that the flight control team...
Stealth_2000 said apparently the human eye can only see 30 miles in a straight line.
Down the days until we get home. They are now 5 days, 1 hour, and 3 minutes mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission.
Bot Rix Official said, hey guys, we are also on Kick, checks us out.
The velocity is 926 miles per hour. They are 4,300 miles away from the moon. 252,000 miles away from Earth.
Said, but we can see the moon and stars millions miles away. Kaneko Khalif said, I say that because you have to have a telescope that can see Caini's majority, one of the largest star.
Yeah, man, our eyes are just so fucking limited. What Earth on animal could see the farthest? Alexa, what animal on Earth could see the farthest?
Pitching vision. I can see 2 miles away.
Really? They could spot an owl or a rabbit 2 miles away. Really? Okay.
Vision is it's 4 to 8 times sharper.
Wow. So eagles have better vision than us, and they can see 2 miles away. This is according to what Alexa is saying.
Joining me here in the room, Artemis Mission Control, I have Angela Garcia, Artemis 2 Science Officer. Thanks for being here, Angela.
It is an honor to be here. What a
Stealth_2000 said space is scary NGL.
I can't contain myself, so it's been a really awesome day.
Scary as hell. It's hella scary. You don't know what the hell's out there.
Bot Rix Official said, hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button. It's free, thanks.
And it's not even so much that there's animals or anything out there. It's just the lack of nothing out there.
I think we have a
and the darkness.
Said the Hubble telescope can see Canis Majority, one of the largest star known to man.
Really? The Hubble telescope. The Hubble.
Houston, you're coming in loud and clear, and copy. We're in bias tail to sun now.
Affirm and Integrity, just so you know, we did not hear your response once we flipped our patches. Jeremy, we heard you call down, but you were clipped, and then we briefly lost comm. Glad we're back.
Kane Kokalev said look up Canis Majorities.
We were just excited that we got to share in that you, the MER, and Mission Control have flipped your patches around, and that side of the patch is getting to see the light of day. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Our pleasure.
Kane Kokalev said they make our sun look like a grain of salt.
Angela, so can you tell
That's
me
how
a little
big
bit
it
about
is.
your role supporting Artemis II and the science preparation for the mission?
Yes, so I'm one of the 3 science officers.
Stealth_2000 said we should have gone up when the comet thing was flying close.
And then Trevor Graff is on the planning shift. And so it's the 3 of us in this 24-hour cycle.
Yeah.
And so the science
Kane
officer
Kokalev
console
asks,
is a
and if the
brand new console to
telescope
Mission
can see
Control.
that, why
And it's
can't
not
they
every
see
day
the
that you
surface of
get
the moon?
a
You know?
brand new discipline incorporated into Mission Control, so it's been such a significant milestone for us, and it's just a testament to like the commitment that the Flight Operations Directorate and NASA have, that they're going to be integrating science and maximizing science throughout Artemis. So it's really exciting. And then the science preparation. So I'm on the operations team, but I'm also on the training team. So all the incredible training and shout-outs that you've gotten today, it warms my heart. It warms everybody's heart. In the
Stealth_2000 said true that thing got some zoom.
All the classroom training.
Yes, I see.
Kokalev said I think if they send this stuff to Mars to view Mars and this vehicle is on Mars, why didn't they?
To get the crew to be, they are a part
Don't even know.
Race Official said looking to try the game. Use this code STAR5VPXBKDH and get 5,000 hours. Tell Lance sent ya.
So I would
Kane
like to know a little bit
Kokalev
about
said
how
send
you
into
have
the
developed
moon.
procedures for this crew. What kind of science activities are they carrying?
Yo, Kane, I'm looking up what you were talking about. Our sun is literally a grain of salt against this thing. Wow.
The exploration science that we're
That's
doing
fucking
is
crazy.
pretty flexible, and operations is, I'd say, inherently has more structure and rigidity, and so to marry the two and to
Kane Kokalev
operationalize
said
the
that's what I'm
science that we wanna get
saying.
done
God damn.
has been a challenge.
Like
But
it really is a grain of salt compared to the that moon.
and create good products at the end and have a good plan.
Kane Kokalev said so why they won't use that
been really
telescope
great.
to
What was the
study the
second part of your
moon.
question?
Just what kind of these science activities that they're
Stealth_2000 said we would be nothing to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so a lot of the
absolutely
procedures
nothing
have
at
to
all.
organize what the crew is doing in the cabin. And I know we've talked a lot about, what they've been doing, and they've been doing a lot, and it's been a little dark, so I can re-explain what some of those things that they're doing. So the observation blocks are about an hour long, and the crew is organized, the 4 crew members are organized into 2 pairs of 2. The window team and the cabin team, and the lunar targeting package that you've been showing up, and that the crew have on their handheld tablets is really the instructions for the window team. So the window team, the 2 crew members are looking out the window. One has the camera with the long lens. One has they're just looking out the window with their unaided eye, and they're taking these detailed observations. And then halfway in that observation block, they do the window team position swap. So that's what Capcom's been calling out, and they'll switch positions, so each crew member has a chance to have that long
Signal
lens.
again.
And then that's just what the window team is doing. There's also the cabin team, where they also have duties that they're doing. We're asking a lot of the crew in this time. And then the cabin team, they have the interior camera, and they're taking images inside the cabin They're also supporting the window team where, you've heard some call outs where looking out at the bright moon and then looking inside the dark cabin and looking at their LED screen is a lot. So the cabin team is also helping support, target, and guide the window team into specific targets on their plan. They're also helping call out these science situational reps. So they're looking out a different window and listening in to what the crew who are really down and in the science on the window team are doing, and they're giving us insight. And those recordings that the window team is doing are going to be uplinked or downlinked overnight, and we're going to be able to chew on that data. But yeah, they're
Kane
helping.
Kokalev said the first recording of that star was in 1801.
A plan that's
Good.
flexible, but also make sure
Wow.
that we check off all those boxes.
Wow.
So it's really important.
So tell me a little bit more. You talked earlier about the analogs that the crew has done. What kind of analogs or environments were really useful for this?
Yeah, so for procedure development, right, you have so many different environments that you can do. You have classroom, like we said, you have the Orion mock-up, you have simulations, and at least for developing the plan, we kind of did it in a tiered approach because each of those different analog environments helps us answer a slightly different question.
Stealth_2000 said, I enjoy this space shit.
With the classroom. So we would
That's what it's all about.
Said, I'm telling you, I've been doing my research for a long time.
And then we'd almost role play.
Kane Kokalev said, I love space.
I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that.
I think we should do it.
Love this spaceship, and I'm glad that people have been putting in their own work.
Don't forget to follow on YouTube. Thanks. Stealth_2000 said LFG.
Place of the flight director conference.
Listen, Stealth, you gotta get Star Citizen, man. You gotta get a Star Citizen. Listen, we already got a home for you and everything. We got a home for you. You're gonna make your money. You're gonna be traveling. You're gonna be balling just like us.
Timeline. First of all, read for your toilet
Stealth_2000 said, I need to buy it.
Where you do not have to do the
Botrix Official said, hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button.
You have an HHP
It's free, thanks.
Activity
Kane Kokalev said, word.
Yes, Stealth, it's only 45 beans. 45 beans.
Stealth_2000 said, I wonder if I can get it cheaper.
I don't think you're going to get it any cheaper right now. If you were, it will probably be at the next event. But those are for ships. The base game itself is $45. I don't think you're going to get it any cheaper than that. Seriously.
With the long or zoom lens.
Kane Kokalev said, and you're getting a good deal because you're getting the ship you can gear paint and everything.
Yeah, man, and you can fly any ship as long as you have in-game currency. So you can start off with a starter ship of like an alpha or whatever it may be. Doesn't mean you're bound to that alpha or whatever it is, that starter ship. As long as you have the credits in the game, you can get any ship in game.
2000 said it's like £30 for me or something.
Even better, Stealth. Jump on it. Get in. Get in. We got a home set up right for you, my man. You will not regret it. I'm telling you. The Star Citizen community is the shit. I'm telling you, my man. I'm telling you.
All right, just a quick call up to the crew ahead of a forward link LOS, meaning that we won't be communicating with them, but we will be receiving
Official said, Lance, come do the damn dishes. Mrs. Rosebillion.
Miss Rose, leave me alone, damn it.
You were telling me about the classroom and getting in there and pretending who's Victor, who's Reed. Tell me more about this.
Yeah, it works pretty well. So you're gonna do the plan how you expect it to be, and then once we finalize that plan, we'll give it to a completely new group of people and have them practice it, and then they'll be like, these steps don't make sense, and we'll reiterate on it over and over. Then we'll take it to a higher fidelity environment like the Orion mock-up, and we'll do the same thing because that volume is smaller, the window placement, their seating, what things have we forgotten with this addition of this environment. And then once we
Stealth_2000 said, how long is it going to take them to come back? Like 5 days?
During mission simulation.
Yeah, they're 5 days in, so it's going to take them like a few more, like another.
First time we've had to do this because we're
well, technically they're on their way back now because they made it to the other side of the moon. So the trajectory is headed back to Earth.
So many different ways. So excited to have kicked off this process, but there's so much more to come.
Fascinating. And I think it was really well thought out too, because each crew member gets an opportunity to do each task. And so you're getting different perspectives and different insights from each crew member, maybe even about the same target, but something that one person sees could be completely different than something another person notices. So we also know that Artemis 2 is
Stealth_2000 said they traveling at 13,000 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Bot Rix Official said, hey guys, I also stream on Twitch, check me out.
Observations are so
Stealth_2000 said right.
Particularly observations from different perspectives, different scales, and with different techniques. And so for this, so we really tried to make the plan to optimize those. There's pros and cons.
Kane Kokalev said that's a little bit faster than my Challenger.
Plan to have all those pros.
Yeah, just a little bit,
Scale, you can learn different
just a little bit.
This zoomed or this different perspective. So their perspective, as Kelsey talked about, photometry around when they orbit the moon. And then also just their different the different things they're able to observe. So yeah, let me talk a little bit about scale, because I think observations at different scales, you can gain a lot of different information. So like, for example, if you're an astronaut on the surface looking at a rock, and you describe at this micro scale. So in training, we kind of talk about observations from micro to macro, or from outcrop to orbit. So looking at, a rock at this scale, you can describe its components, you can describe what it's made of and its colors and its minerals. And you're like, okay, and this rock came from this boulder, and it's this part of this boulder, and these are the different things that I'm observing around. It gives me context to this sample. And then you zoom out a little bit more, and you're like, okay, well, I can see that this boulder came from, it rolled from this mountain ridge, or this high ridge feature.
Kane Kokalev said, what the hell 3i Atlas at?
Okay, now let me describe this.
You know what? That's a good question. That is a good question. It's somewhere just drifting. I remember back Christmas time, everybody had the hype up for it.
Stealth_2000 said, so technically we could travel speed of light in space, as there is not gravity to push the body, but on Earth we would be dead. Bot Rix Official said, hey, if you don't mind, give us a follow on TikTok, thanks.
Lunar disk as well, but now we're able to see it on the far side, and we're able to see it all at the same time, which enables the astronauts to compare very quickly to different parts of the surface. And the color particularly is very compelling, because you can just be able to very quickly compare from 3 different regions. Is it in the same family? Is this actually a little bit different? Compare that to what they see in their orbital data that they have access to on their portable computers, and really just be able to tease out that nuance and information.
Yeah, we heard
Stealth_2000 said we should have gone up to say hi to 3i Atlas.
Exciting it was to hear the browns and greens and things like that. I cannot
if they wanted to, I think they could have.
One last question. We are coming up on the last lunar flyby observation block, and this is
at the time they would have timed it so when we would have took off, we would be able to observe what the hell is that up in the air, but I don't know why they didn't.
So yes, there's so many things. How to pick one. So I'd say the thing that I'm most interested in seeing is some of their annotations that they're taking. So in this opportunity,
Kane Kokalev said, I think it's a plot for the aliens to come out.
Yeah.
We don't normally see this.
Listen, that was their probe. 3i Atlas was their probe.
Stealth_2000 said they was saying it was a UFO.
The thing changed trajectory. It moved anywhere around.
Said, hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button.
Can give to
it's free, thanks.
And also, particularly, being able to annotate what they're observing while they're talking about it is also unique to being able to have astronauts in orbit as well, because we won't be able to have annotations on the lunar surface, because the astronauts will be in suits. They're going to be collecting samples, they're going to be deploying instruments, and so personally, I'm really excited to see some of these annotations and to see how that develops over time, because you've heard a lot of descriptions, and I think when people are describing something that's unique and different,
Stealth_2000 said they should have got a picture of it with the camera.
and you're looking, particularly just going back to like the color provinces.
You know, things simple like me and you, they don't do.
Said, mind you, it's been pieces of an asteroid all over the globe.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
There's been some annotations that the Apollo crew have made, particularly about solar coronas and the structures that have, and lofted dust that have given a lot of debate within the scientific community of they're observing this phenomenon, and now it's our job to hypothesize of like why are they observing this, like what is going on. So I think that's just a really cool part of exploration and
Stream Elements said, I want to thank you for being here. It means a lot.
You've got me excited about the annotations
Bot Rix
too.
Official said, hey guys, we are also on Kick Checks Us Out.
Don't sleep on the annotations. I am very excited to see these little sketches that they're able to draw out. And we have pictures that they can just draw right on. It's like this particular thing is different than what we've seen. So I'm excited about that.
I'm excited too.
Kane Kokalev said, for educational purpose for all of us, we don't want them to zap us.
Thank you, and you've been doing a great job, and it's so excited to see where we go from here.
Thank you so much.
Oh man. I'm deciding. What should I make with my chicken tonight? Chicken and rice, chicken potatoes.
Stealth_2000 said it was moving at speed, then slowing down and moving around planets. It's crazy with the Enlightenment.
Yeah, and that's what was leading people to believe that.
Said salad. My wife just made chicken and salad.
Okay. Chicken, okay. Salad, okay. Okay, that don't sound bad. That don't sound bad at all. But yeah, that 3-hour atlas was all over the place. That's why people were saying, potentially that could have been like an alien probe or a mothership or whatever, because that thing did whatever it wanted to do.
No, I didn't want to turn to a pill of dust if they zapped me in my chicken plate.
God forbid that. We don't want that. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that.
Stealth_2000 said lol grinning squinting face emoji.
Integrity Houston.
Vcin_ said, well, something I do with chicken is put it on bread, but I've seen US bread.
Vcin, what up, man?
Official said, welcome to my channel. If you have any question, please feel free and ask. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for the heads up.
MRS Rosebillion said, dude, I want a dog. Nothing big, like a Pomeranian.
Oh, Lord, come on, Miss Rose. Don't talk about this dog shit again. God damn. No, we ain't getting no damn animals. I'm dead set against that. I don't want no fucking animal. Another mouth to feed. You gotta clean it shit up.
Vcin_ asks, have you seen the price on a Pomeranian? MRS Rosebillion said yes. MRS Rosebillion said a bearded dragon.
Bearded what?
Bot Rix Official said, hey guys, I also stream on Twitch, check me out. Kane Kokalev said, why they don't send the champs no more.
That's a good question. That is a good question. Oh, my neck. Where did that come from?
MRS Rosebillion said, how about a bearded dragon? Vcin_ said, get a ferret. There won't be a rat within 50 feet of her house.
Oh, God.
Bot Rix Official said, hey, if you don't mind, give us a follow on TikTok, thanks.
A bearded dragon? Miss Rose, you gotta show me what the hell that is. I don't know what the hell a bearded dragon is.
Stealth_2000 said, we get one life alien, probably as unlimited. MRS Rosebillion said Mount Ferret was crazy. Loved him. Bot Rix Official said, hey guys, we are also on Kick Checks Us Out.
Checks us out. Checks us out. Typing error on my end.
Kaneko Khalif said why they won't send those Tesla robots to travel the distance.
Texas, this a live view from the Orion spacecraft.
That's a good question. They should load a bunch of Tesla robots up on a ship and just go. And just go. And just go.
Vison_ said mine was crazy too. Snow was his absolute favorite thing. Stealth_2000 said I shit.
Yeah, it's definitely some AI shit.
Said hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button. It's free, thanks. Kaneko Khalif said lol and just go.
MRS
Rosebillion said https://share.google/3wyth5eodbqrlx. Vison_ said, and I swear to God, ferrets can teleport when you're not looking. Bot Rix Official said welcome to my channel. If you have any question, please feel free and ask. Thanks for being here.
The spacecraft is now 4,632 miles away from the moon, and that
wow.
number will only continue to grow as the distance from Earth shrinks.
Stealth_2000 said the alien would be like WTF is this AI shit dumb humans.
Our closest approach to the moon today was approximately 4,067 statute miles in altitude. Our maximum distance from the Earth is suspected to be 252,756 statute miles. Both of those moments came while
4,600 miles away from the
say there must be some Kayla, her granddaddy. They be lying like hell.
Oh yeah.
Beating the Apollo 13 record of distance from Earth.
Stealth_2000 said we don't need robots lol grinning squinting face emoji.
No, we don't need them. Just put them on the rocket ship. Elon, do your thing. Put them on the rocket ship. Matter of fact, you take your Tesla robots. You put your Flight X together. You marry them together, and you send out those things out together. You take them out to you know, out to Mars and other places like that. Why not? Drop off a couple of satellites while you're doing it. Why not?
This break in their time today, the crew is working.
Everything's being monitored by human beings.
Kaneko Khalif said Helen give the a car too.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know about the Tesla car, but I heard them things are shit. I wouldn't buy one personally, but to each is their own.
Taking videos and pictures, and with other cameras as well.
I heard Tesla cars are bad in the wintertime, especially extreme cold weather. The battery dies.
Kaneko Khalif said I'm talking about for the robots when they get there they can drive around.
Oh yeah. This is what you do. You do it like Star Citizen, right? Everything robotic. So you got your ship that's robotic, you got your crew that's robotic, you got your rover that's robotic, right? And just do it for, like Star Citizen.
Lance come do the damn dishes, Mrs. Rosebillion.
Wait, what? You said what? Okay.
Stealth_2000 said that's a lot of dishes.
Yes. The dishes are good right now. Matter of fact, Miss Rose, are you there? What do you want to eat tonight? Do you want rice or do you want potatoes? Potatoes or rice?
On the ground reporting that the spacecraft is looking good and that the power aboard is good as well, all setting us up in a proper position before eclipse.
I don't have enough for a salad.
Vison_ said beef Wellington with baked Alaska.
Oh shit.
Stealth_2000 said I want space shit.
Oh shit, beef Wellington with baked Alaska. Oh shit. Vison got that beef Wellington sounds good. I don't know about the baked Alaska though. What is Alexa, what is baked Alaska?
Bot Rix Official said hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button.
question.
It's free, thanks.
Actually refers to a product used by skateboarders. Type of curb
Kane
wax made by
Kokalev
Baker
said
skateboards
Star
to help
Citizen
reduce
graphics
friction when
look a
grinding
little
on
bit
rails,
better than that
curbs,
image.
and ledges.
Just a little bit better. Okay, just a little bit.
Stealth_2000 said beef Wellington is a glorified sausage roll.
Yeah.
Stream Elements said tips are not required but greatly appreciated. All donations will be used to improve the channel. Bot Rix Official said welcome to my channel. If you have any question, please feel free and ask. Thanks for being here.
Beef Wellington is a glorified sausage roll with that outer flaky crust to it. And the mushrooms.
Stealth_2000 said yep.
Damn. My appetite's starting to move. Uh-oh. Good thing I went ahead and did what I needed to do earlier.
Stealth_2000 said that's all it is.
During our flyby coverage for
Yeah.
today, they resume their flyby momentarily in about 30 minutes. Once
Kane Kokalev said I think the Big Dipper, Little Dipper, Orion's belt. I think those are different social systems.
Orbiting Earth at less than 250,000 miles on average. When our
Interesting.
For future Artemis missions, they'll target landing sites near the lunar South Pole. There, ancient rocks, minerals, and trapped water ice will not only provide resources for human explorers, but they may also contain clues to the formation and evolution of our planet and the solar system.
I'm gonna smoke the rest of this joint.
Vison_ said we have something in the Netherlands called a frikandel. It's fast food. Some dipshit turned it into the frickin' Dellington. As a former chef, I find this blasphemy.
Left to learn about the moon.
Stealth_2000 said this chat is popping off.
Isn't it? That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about.
The Big Dipper and the Little Dipper is a porter because if you kinda look at them, they kind of.
So many questions still to answer.
Kane
Kokalev
said line up.
Liftoff of Artemis 1. Back to the moon and beyond.
NASA's Artemis missions are NASA's plan to send people to the surface of the moon. We'll be sending people and roving assets and scientific equipment to, among other things.
Thank you guys. I want to thank everybody. Vison, Stealth, Kane,
and I think they just don't
Blackwater, everybody who's in here. If I did not mention your name, I do apologize. It is not deliberate. Beef of 24, Maye, thank y'all everybody for hanging out, man, for real.
Waiting there at the surface for us to explore. The South Pole, which is where Artemis missions are going to target, is specifically
Blackwater Goat said Lanceb 3GG, Lanceb 3 Hype Dog, Lanceb 3GG.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, for real, for real.
Official said, hey, don't forget to check out Lance B on Discord.
Become untrapped from that lunar regolith, and scientists can scoop up and study for return to Earth.
Kane Kokalev said next time you looking up and you see the Big Dip and a Little Dipper, it's like the Big Dipper.
For example, the lighting environment.
Stealth_2000 said, follow it. Stream Elements said it's Stealth_2000. Stealth_2000 has been following Lance Billion for 5 years, 1 month, 23 days, 10 hours. Bot Rix Official said it's Stealth_2000 has been following this channel for 5 years, 1 month, 23 days, 10 hours, 42 minutes. Vison_ asks, did you know you can fit 63 Earths in Uranus?
Pause.
Kokalev said is a straight line and it looked like it just a hallway.
Pause, Vison, pause.
Vison_ said 64 if you relax.
Pause, Vison, pause.
Said, hey, if you like what you see, consider
That's fucking hilarious.
It's free, thanks.
That's fucking hilarious.
Stealth_2000 said lol grinning squinting face emoji.
Coming up next will be that solar eclipse.
You gotta leave it to Vison to pervert shit. But it's a good way. Excuse me. But it's a good way. It's a good way. You know how to mix shit.
Stealth_2000 said that's a big ass.
That's a big ass indeed, Stealth. That is one big ass right there.
Said welcome to my channel. If you have any question, Please feel free and ask. Thanks for being here.
Throughout the Artemis
Blackwater
mission,
Goat said evenly observe evenly lol.
Yo.
Kaneko Khalif said because to be honest, I'm still stuck on that Titan that was behind the moon.
Spacecraft integrity during a news conference September 24th, 2025.
The Titan that was stuck, that was behind the moon, really?
Underscore said, follow it. Bot Rix Official said at Vison underscore has been following this channel for 2 years, 2 months, 29 days, 11 hours, 25 minutes.
Vison, I feel like that is so much longer.
Elements said at Vison underscore,
and that's a good thing.
Following Lance Billion for 2 years, 3 months, 11 hours. Kaneko Khalif said, do you remember the dude was filming and he looked up at the moon and saw that big face in the moon?
I do remember that. I do remember seeing something like that.
So do I.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Kaneko Khalif said, so I think that it was a fallen Titan from another dimension, and where he fell in the water.
You know what?
Kaneko Khalif said, and we just so happened to be an atom or a molecule or something in the water.
That's not even a bad theory. I'm not even gonna knock that theory. That's not even a bad theory. Not at all.
Stealth underscore 2000 said, I can't believe it's been 5 years I follow you. Crazy.
That is crazy, man. I appreciate the support, man. For real, for real. For real, for real.
Kaneko Khalif said, because if you already paid attention to the figure, it looked like somebody cracked them upside the... Bot Rix Official said, hey, don't forget to check out Lance B on Discord. Vison underscore said, and not even subbed, PFT. Kaneko Khalif said, and just think about if you fall face down in the water or you was gone and your body floating in tea.
Well, face first into water?
Kaneko Khalif said, how old is stuff that's in the water?
Ugh.
Stream Elements said, stealth underscore 2000 just subscribed PogChamp.
Oh shit!
Vison underscore just gifted stealth underscore 2000 a tier 1 subscription.
Yo, Vison, thank you so much for the sub, man. Thank you for the gift, man. Thank you. You are far too kind.
Kaneko Khalif said, just think about it if you was floating in the water and you open your eyes like in the lake. Bot Rix Official said, hey, don't forget to follow on YouTube, thanks.
Ooh, open your eyes on the water?
Kaneko Khalif said, think about all kind of stuff that you will see.
I haven't been swimming in a long time. Last time I opened up my eyes in water was in water with chlorine in it. I've been to lakes, rivers, fucking oceans. I would not open my eyes up in that shit, no. Afraid, you know why? Big ass fucking catfish come eat my ass up.
Kaneko said, so if water is above us, and that figure that was behind the moon was a Titan.
Ooh. You know what? Ooh. Maybe on something there. You might be on something right there.
We are 5 days, 1 hour, and 38 minutes mission elapsed time.
Oh, they're 5 days into it.
In this view
stealth underscore 2000 said, what did I miss?
You missed your sub. Someone, Vison gifted you a sub.
These photos with you as soon as we possibly can. And the best way to keep up with those is to follow NASA on
Thank you,
social media.
Vison. I appreciate you. Thank you.
And for this mission specifically, at NASA Artemis.
Stealth underscore 2000 said, thank you. Bot Rix Official said, hey guys, I also stream on Twitch, check me out.
Yes, guys. I gotta definitely go through this spot, Rex, and switch this all up a little bit. I was not expecting the TTS to make things go like this. This is cool. This is cool. What is she using? What is that? That's a personal device.
We are in a forward link
What's that?
LOS.
What's that red block there?
Signal with the crew, meaning that we're not able to communicate or send any commands to them right now, as they were. This is a tracked event that occurs at times, but they could still provide communications down here to us, and we are obviously still receiving their video and their data.
Stealth_2000 said, look like a power thing. Kaneko Khalif said, and they too old to be lying to us.
Listen, you know why they lied to us? Because they're afraid that we can't handle the truth. That's why they lied to us. The American people cannot know this. They would not be able to. Why? Because if they told us the truth, a lot of shit would collapse. A lot of shit would collapse. And one of the main things that would collapse, I think, would be the whole concept of religion. That's just me personally.
Stealth_2000 said they want to control us.
Of course. Of course.
Veason_ said, dude, everything we consider reality is a fucking lie.
We are in the fucking Matrix.
Kaneko Khalif said, and you are absolutely right.
We are living in the fucking Matrix. Isn't that crazy,
Bot Rix Official said, hey, if you don't mind, give us a follow on TikTok, thanks.
We are in the motherfucking Matrix, yo. For real.
Kaneko Khalif said, everybody be trying to unlock the damn shockers. Stealth_2000 said, we need to get out the Matrix.
Yeah, man. I need that. Matter of fact, I gotta watch that movie again. Ooh, speaking of, anyone, this is a new Matrix movie coming out. I believe it is. Anyone watch the most recent one? What did y'all think? I believe it's the one where Trinity and Neo are reunited, but they don't know they were together in the previous life and all this other stuff, but they eventually, you gotta watch it. Crazy, man. Crazy. Crazy, crazy.
Houston Integrity in the blind. High priority PAO activities on Reed's timeline are on PCD1 in a folder imagery for downlink, and then high priority standby imagery for downlink, and then lunar flyby for PAO, and then high priority PAO. Thank you.
Bot Rix Official said, looking to try the game? Use this code STAR5VPXBKDH and get 5,000 outs. Tell Lance sent ya. Stealth_2000 said, you know what I want to watch, Independent Day with Will Smith.
Yeah, Veason, I peeped that. I peeped that, Veason.
The only reason why I have so many theories about their space because you can't see the ice wall.
Yeah. I peeped that, Veason. I peeped that. I see what the TTS did. It completely ignored what you just said, but it went on because you talked some shit. You was talking your shit. Yo, Veason over here talking his shit, and TTS don't like it.
Kaneko Khalif asks, like, where is the ice wall when they looking at Earth?
Did I start this now or later? I think I'll start about a half hour.
Said it's funny because it's just proving my point.
Yo, Veason, I see what you're saying 100%. I see it 100%. I see what you're saying 100%. I see it for myself. I see what you're saying.
Kanko Khalif said when it makes sense, they can be able to see what's past the ice wall if they're looking at Earth FR. Bot Rix Official said, hey guys, we are also on Kick, checks us out. Stealth_2000 said, I knows.
Yes, AI definitely knows.
Kanko Khalif said from space.
But that call that came down from Wiseman mentioned some imagery, so we are very much looking forward to getting pictures taken from the moon today.
Veason_ asks, wait, we got a flat earther up in here?
At NASA and at NASA Artemis.
Bot Rix Official said, hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button. It's free, thanks. Stealth_2000 said, we definitely not flat lol. Kanko Khalif said, why would you lose so many people trying to get past the ice wall where you can just see it from Spa? Kanko Khalif said space.
Ethan's with us, Kane. He's with us. He's with us. He's an honorary member. He's in it. He's in the org too.
Said there it is again.
Stealth, you're in the org too once you get in here.
There's definitely a flat earther here. Bot Rix Official said, welcome to my channel. If you have any question, please feel free and ask. Thanks for being here. Kanko Khalif said, cool beans.
Still lost communication? What is going on here? This is the shit. I want to know what's going on behind the scenes. How come they're not? I don't know. This seems a little too... I don't know.
Stealth_2000 said the ice wall shit is crazy too.
It's called Arrow, or Artemis Real-Time Orbit website. You can visit this for yourself at nasa.gov/trackartemis. And you can watch as we continue to grow closer to Earth and farther away from the moon. It's all seemed to happen so fast so far. And we're coming up on splashdown now in 3 days, 23 minutes.
Veason_ said it's all part of their flat earth theory. Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. That chicken, I got that chicken marinated. I put some Italian seasoning on it, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, meat tenderizer on it, paprika, and I let that marinate. It's been marinating since 2 this afternoon, about 2:33 this afternoon.
Kanko Khalif said, and the theory of the moon being a reflection on the Earth makes a lot of sense too.
I don't know what's going on here with the footage here, but it's very... Okay, I don't get this. See, this is that funny shit right now.
Bot Rix Official said, Lance come do the damn dishes, Mrs. Rosebillion.
This is what makes me like I don't know what the word is, but I'm halfway in, halfway out. Why would we have a visualization right now if we've already passed that point of contact, where we've gotten past where that point where there was a blackout, now there's apparently another blackout? What's going on here? Where's the feed at? I want to know. People should know.
Said aliens.
It's the aliens?
Stealth_2000 said, why? Did NASA stop exploring the water and gone to space? We have done more in space, but only explored like a little bit of the sea.
We haven't even scratched.
Bot Rix Official said, hey, if you like what you see, consider hitting that follow button. It's free, thanks. Veason_ said aliens stole the capsule.
We've only explored maybe 5% of the Earth's water. Only about 5%. And 3/4 of this Earth is water. If we only explored only 5%. The real space is in our waters.
Stealth_2000 said probably high radiation.
That could be too. That's a possibility.
BotRixOfficial said welcome to my channel. If you have any question, please feel free and ask. Thanks for being here.
I think I'm gonna make some rice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make some rice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a rice. Alexa, turn on kitchen. Visualization.
Kane Kokaleves said rice is always good.
Yes. It is always good in my household.
Stealth_2000 said you know what NASA name used to be called.
What was that, Stealth?
Stream Elements said I want to thank you for being here. It means a lot. Kane Kokaleves said and Alexa, run my house too. Vsin_ asks I am wondering, what would be harder? Exploring the depths of the ocean or space?
I think it would be the oceans, to be honest with you. That's why only 5%'s been done on Earth, our home planet. I think it's a lot harder to explore the depths of the sea. Have you seen some of the creatures that's down there?
Stealth_2000 said North Atlantic Spy Association.
Have you guys ever seen what's at the bottom of the ocean?
We are in a forward link LOS with the spacecraft. We're not able to send commands or communications to them right now. However, they could send them to us, and we do get spacecraft data. This is tracked as we are on the Deep Space Network. This is the network that we use to communicate with the
spacecraft. 1 second, chat. Be right back. Give me 1 second.
From Earth, over 252,000 miles. We are still in our lunar flyby coverage. The crew still have a very important and very exciting flyby milestone coming up when they will see a solar eclipse from the moon, the first humans to ever do so. Something that we also have to consider when it comes to our missions and launches is space weather. So since the Apollo 16 and 17 missions, there were some solar eruptions near that time frame that could have been dangerous to our explorers. Over those 50 years since those storms, the data, technology, and resources available to NASA have improved, enabling advancements towards space weather forecasts and astronaut protection, which is key to NASA's Artemis program to return astronauts to the moon.
Did you do the dishes? Lance, did you do the dishes?
Across our planet, billions of people depend on the invisible networks that connect us to space. Every day, those networks are at the mercy of our temperamental sun and the space weather that it unleashes across our solar system. That's why NASA's Space Weather Program tracks solar storms from the moment they erupt, modeling their paths, anticipating their impacts, and leading the research that the world's industries rely on.
Okay, how could you do that on Earth?
NASA's space weather research and modeling is driven by the needs of society and enables critical decision-making that equips pilots to reroute radiation areas, farmers to adjust GPS precision planting and harvesting plans, and power grid operators to mitigate the impacts of potential surges. For those exploring other worlds, NASA provides 24/7 space weather monitoring for Artemis crews at the moon and future Mars astronauts who may be exposed to dangerous levels of radiation during solar storms. Whether you're a pilot or a passenger, a farmer or a consumer, a power grid operator or energy customer, a satellite controller or GPS user, space weather impacts us all.
This is a live view from the Orion spacecraft on the Artemis II mission. It's now been 5 days, 1 hour, and 54 minutes since we launched. We are still in our flyby coverage, and the crew is on a short break right now as we have changed the attitude of the spacecraft to help charge the batteries aboard. We use the solar arrays to gather energy from the sun and store it in the batteries. That way, when we are not in the sunlight, we have those batteries to continue powering Orion. Now we're doing so because the Artemis astronauts are about to experience a solar eclipse from their capsule. And this is a solar eclipse that no one else on Earth will experience. This eclipse is about 54 minutes, and to the astronauts it'll look a lot like a total solar eclipse on Earth, except the moon is going to be huge compared to the sun, unlike when you watch one on Earth and the moon and the sun appear about the same size in the sky. We're interested to learn if they see the outer corona when the sun is fully obscured by the moon. And because of how big the moon will be from their perspective, the total phase of the eclipse will last nearly an hour. The astronauts will see a partial solar eclipse as the moon covers and uncovers the sun, which is before and after totality. So, much like us on Earth, they will have eclipse glasses so they can safely view that portion. The astronauts will also be using cameras to capture images of the corona during the eclipse. There also may be some other planets visible during the eclipse, including Venus, Saturn, Mars, and Mercury. If they can identify what part of the sky they're looking at, this can help train future Artemis astronauts on what part of the sky they're seeing. This provides useful knowledge in challenging situations when they may need to rely on that information instead of instruments for navigation and orientation. Confirmation from teams here in the ground that we have reached the eclipse attitude, meaning Orion is in the proper position to observe it. The astronauts' break during this observation period is now over, and we are resuming their lunar flyby observations. The first of these is sunset. This is the solar corona that we'll be looking for. It's the outer atmosphere of the sun. The science team is also interested in if the astronauts can see polar plumes. These are thin streamers that project from the sun's north and south poles. Additionally, they're interested in seeing if the crew can witness coronal loops. These are arcs close to the sun's surface. And something else that we've previously mentioned is lunar dust. This is dust from the moon that is lofted above the lunar surface and illuminated by the sun. It was reported visible by Apollo astronauts.
Ice, cutting up our onion.
You're getting a live look from Orion as the crew observes a solar eclipse from the moon. Again, this solar eclipse is only visible to the crew on the spacecraft. It's not visible to anybody on Earth. The science team is interested in several different targets for them during this time frame. And we're personally looking forward to getting those images as well. Again, during the beginning portion of this eclipse, the astronauts will need to use eclipse glasses just like we do from Earth to safely view it. Once the moon has completely covered the sun, they'll be able to take off those glasses for almost an hour. Totality on Earth during a solar eclipse lasts only a couple of minutes. So this opportunity gives them a chance to look out into deep space and to look into see if there are other planets nearby.
Do I have a vegetable? Some nice onions. Let's get a vegetable. Roasted potato. Two starches. Nice. Potato salad. Rice and potato. Rice and vegetables. Use broccoli. Can't go wrong with a nice broccoli. Broccoli. Nice onions.
What you're seeing right now is the solar corona. That's the outer atmosphere of the sun. And the science team is very interested in any images that the crew can capture of this. They're hoping that they'll take pictures and describe the visibility, color, and shape of the solar corona
Alexa,
as a whole. And it's
set alarm for 35 minutes.
Streamers.
Oh, my phone. It's my wife calling. My wife.
Science, integrity, in the blind. This is continues to be unreal. The sun has gone behind the moon, and the corona is still visible, and it's bright, and it creates a halo almost around the entire moon. But when you get to the Earth side, the Earth shine is already shown. I mean, almost seconds after the sun set behind the moon. You could see Earth shine. The Earth is so bright out there, and the moon is just hanging in front of us. This black orb out in front of us, in front of now, not the blackness, but the gray that blends and drifts into the blackness. We can see stars and the planets behind it. And Christina is in window 1, Reed is in window 2 with the long lens, and Jeremy is describing it in window 3, and it is quite an impressive sight. You can still see the horizon lit up brighter where the sun set on that side of the moon. It is bright, and Earthshine is very distinct, and it creates quite an impressive visual illusion. Wow, it's amazing.
Again, you're looking at a live view from the Orion spacecraft on the Artemis 2 mission. Orion is now 252,125 miles away from us all on Earth. We're here in the Artemis Mission Control Room in Houston, Texas, and what you had just before we lost that view quickly was the corona of the sun peeking around the moon as the astronauts are entering a solar eclipse for this portion of the lunar flyby. We're now over 5,500 statute miles from the moon. That closest approach today was just about 4,067 statute miles away. And teams in the room beginning to get a little busier and filter in and out as we are stepping through a handover. The Orbit 1 team is handing over to Orbit 2, who will continue monitoring lunar flyby and all of the systems aboard the Orion spacecraft. You're getting your last few views of the solar corona as the moon begins to take center stage and completely cover the sun. If you see that bright dot up near the top left of your screen, we think right now that that may be a part of the spacecraft, but we'll be sure to correct that if we end up figuring out later that it is something else entirely. It has been an absolute honor to join you here today for the lunar flyby of Artemis 2, the first time humans have flown by the moon in over 50 years. I'm Leah Cheshire Mustachio, and I'm excited now to hand over the
game is shifting around in the windows, and we are transferring settings on a camera to pick up Earthshine, and it is amazing. The brightness where the corona, where the sunset is still bright. I think there may still be corona visible, but that part of the horizon is still lit brighter, and you still have a distinct Earthshine.
You know our rules that we don't talk when the crew is talking, so wanted to give Victor Glover a moment there to call down what he was seeing now that the moon is covering the sun. A really amazing time during today's lunar flyby. Again, thank you so much for letting us help tell this story today. I am Leah Cheshire Mustachio, handing it over to my friend Anna Schneider at the PAO console as the Orbit 2 team comes to join us. So thank you so much, and I hope you all enjoy tonight. Anna, you can take it away.
Thank you so much, Leah, and it's been a joy listening to your coverage over the last several hours. So as you mentioned, the Orbit 2 team of flight controllers is currently making their way on console and completing a shift handover with the Orbit 1 team of flight controllers. The Orbit 2 team tonight will be led by Flight Director Diane Daly, and she is currently handing over with the Orbit 1 Flight Director there on your screen, who was Flight Director Jeff Radigan. The Artemis 2 crew currently on board the Orion spacecraft. It continues to observe the eclipse that they are witnessing. There's about 43 minutes remaining in that eclipse period.
What's going on? What? What did I miss? What did I miss? How the hell are they on a break? Yo. That is a trip, though. That's most definitely a trip, though.
This is Artemis Mission Control. You are currently seeing a live view of the solar array wing cameras on the Orion spacecraft. We spoke with our science team, and they did determine that that dot in the distance is Venus.
Science integrity. Let's see, not a huge change in here, just an update. The camera settings for Earthshine are challenging. This one's challenging to capture. What we're seeing, we're just not picking up on the cameras. And after all of the amazing sights that we saw earlier, we just went sci-fi. This has, it just looks unreal. You can see the surface of the moon between, I guess, the Earthshine. I guess Earthshine. You can actually see a majority of the moon. It is the strangest looking thing that you can see so much on the surface.
That's the strangest. Wow.
This is Artemis Mission Control. You were just hearing some communications called down from NASA astronaut Victor Glover, currently on board the Orion spacecraft. They are currently observing an eclipse. There's about 39 minutes remaining in that eclipse period. Currently, we are in a forward link LOS, or loss of signal, so the crew can communicate down with...
He's seen 2 meteors, science.
You're sorry, what? Two meteors. He's relaying that to science.
So we are in a forward link loss of signal. We do expect to regain signal in about 3 minutes. And at that point, then the ground can communicate back up to the crew on board the Orion spacecraft.
Are these expected?
The crew can continue to communicate down to the ground. The ground is just unable to respond. So they are continuing to provide some science observations during this eclipse period. They've made some comments about Earth shine, which is the sunlight reflected from Earth when they come around towards the moon's near side late in this flyby window.
Well, we've had a most interesting time watching this. This has been highly eventful. Highly indeed. And I apologize. My camera is tweaking out. I noticed that I'm seeing it right now. I do apologize for that. That's one of the reasons why the camera's been a little bit less active than we normally do. Again, shout out to everybody who's been hanging out here today, man. We've had a time. Conversation's been great. Greatly appreciate you guys, for real. It has been a historic day in human history. Humanity. We got to see the other side of the moon and continue to do that. I mean, it's been cool, man. It's been definitely an experience doing, especially number one, watching it with you guys. So it's been a definite cool thing. And yeah. Just want to check on a couple of things here real quick. Ah, it is ready. Wow. Okay, so the Entropia universe is apparently ready. And there was a major release on the 24th. Cool. So we have a caveat between Star Citizen and Entropia. Get to remain in the science fiction realm, which is a good thing. So that's ready to go. So we can close that out. Right. So, yeah, we've had fun doing that, man. I think I'm going to find out what the next event is, like a launch or anything like that, and do this again on next launch. We definitely got to do this on the return. So 5 days. It should be the 11th when they return. Yeah. So. All right, cool. We are in the game. As you see, we are at main menu. Okay, and there's also in main menus. Who else is online? Who else? Okay. Psycho is. Okay. Okay. BI is on. Okay. Arcane is on. Okay. Cool. We are at Bajini. We just last time we just turned in a blueprint. Yeah, something like that. Just turned that in, and we are still at our hangar, and everything is good, man. Everything is good. Jumping in game, loading in. Oh, like we have to go back here. Still loading as we see. We've been on the whole thing for a minute now. This is good. Here we may have to start this over. And if that's the case, it's alright. It's okay. It's okay, chat. It's okay. Yeah. Still here, chat. Still here. Life is on. Hooray.
I got my notes. I got everything done in one night. Proud of myself. I don't got to do nothing but the training. But I'm trying to find out if I get paid for the training. Because I'm not doing all this training and not getting paid for it. I don't know that. 40 hours. No, y'all are going to give me that 40 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Chicken, broccoli, and rice. But I got bread so I can make me a lunch because tomorrow I gotta work 6 to 9. Like, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna make some sandwiches and I got some chips. That'll be that. It's only 3 hours, but you know, you get munchies and the kids eat and stuff. But you want to eat. Something in the house made me go crazy. My allergies, man. Because my throat was scratchy. It's like, no. Ah, shit. I am about 5. Back up, chat. Give me 1 second. Be right back.
Stream Elements said Lance Billion is now live streaming Star Citizen. Happy Monday. Blueprints and more. Join me 420 Playas Lounge, SR, Discord, TTS.
naturally. Okay. You know what we're going to do? We're going to cancel this. I think this is the perfect opportunity to explore the game that we're going to be getting into. However, I'm not going to do this on stream. This is an omen saying, hey, enough is enough, and I believe it. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. Thank everybody that came through. We tried playing. We'll try again later on. It is now 9:16 in the evening. Might be back in the morning around 7, 8 o'clock. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Appreciate it. It's been a win-win stream. Really has been. Thank you guys so much for the stream. It's been an absolute win. Chat. It's very active. Love what you guys were talking about. Conversation kept moving. Love the participation. Very much a win stream. But we're going to get up out of here. Besides, I got to eat. I done made this beautiful food. Let's spend some time with the wife and everything like that. But we'll be definitely back sometime tomorrow, preferably in the morning. Yeah, it's your boy Lance. Peace.